told you know. Bottom line sports show, master plan, flow, canteen, and I take Jake Fo show. One professor knows when alley-oop jamming and 10 toes never fold out to win. Them boys were better ran.
I need my hands. I just want to
Let's go, street pro, bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and sports professor, you know, Street professor back again, it's game time. A la playa, no playtime, it's play guy. Cause we ain't talking about practice like AI. Sports professor spit the best takes out like AI. Artfully intelligent, I can't write mine. Rhyme citing with girls' DMs like Messi after the goal time. That was a triple entendre, did you catch me rambling? Flipping Simone Biles, we the bottom line champion.
I need my hands. I just want
Let's go, street pro, bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and sports professor, you know, Yo, street professor, I'm back, baby, like I never left. Bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and Street! Stop.
go hard. Go home, go hard, go home, go hard, go home, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go home, go hard, go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, know you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Don't me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, go home, go hard, go home, go hard. Go home, go hard, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go home, go hard, go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then a double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trick. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Ricks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone. Keep them coming. I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. No. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go home. Go hard, go home.
Yes. Welcome to the Bottom Line Sports episode number 101. Yes, thank you, family. We just had episode number 100. We celebrated. Shout out to everybody that came on and joined us, including IOW Sports Network. Shout out to Detroit Mel and Wildcard Mar. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead and tap in with them at IOW Sports. That being said, go ahead and tap in with us as well. Your boys here at the Bottom Line Sports. You know who it is. The Sports Professor, Canteen, and also our man, Hot Take, Jake Flo is still out in the field for the next couple weeks. He may be able to get a minute to join us tonight. So if he does, then we'll get that popping. But if not, then it'll just be the three of us, maybe a couple of surprises if somebody decides they want to pop up. That being said, go ahead and subscribe at The Bottom Line Sports. So go ahead and join our Facebook group. We got 1,500 members in the Facebook group. Let's go. Come on. We talk that bro. Trash. We be sharing news stories, memes, videos, everything. So The Bottom Line Sports, join our Facebook group, and as well, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as well, subscribe to Ball and Buds while you're there, because you're helping us out too. That being said, you know what it is, boys. We had the finish to the NFL playoffs. And also, there was one other announcement. Should we make that announcement now, you think, Ken? I think that's a good way to start off the broadcast.
We can go ahead and crack the ice here if you want to. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you do the honors since you went ahead and
hey guys, so I was able to reach out and make a few phone calls and make an email to I don't know if you guys probably know this comedian by the name of Bubba Dub. He's the guy that does all the trash, and he talks about the Lakers, and he talks about the Dallas Cowboys and all the different sports things. So I was able to reach out to his manager, man. They're not going to charge us a fee. He'll be able to hop on our show on Sunday, on our closeout show Sunday evening. So we're going to bring him in and talk a little Lakers, talk a little Dallas Cowboys, and talk some of the divisional round stuff with us on Sunday night. So if you guys don't have anything on your slate for Sunday night around 7:30, we'll bring him on. We're going to close out, talk NFL, other sports, and things like that, and get ready for the NFC, AFC championship. So shouts out to Bubba Up. Hey, thank you to his manager for hooking everything up for us, guys.
Yeah, man, that is huge. Huge. We are going to have a huge, as
shout out,
surprise guest, the King Bubba Dub Jr. himself. One of the best up-and-coming comedians. Wow, I don't know what that is. Comedians out there will be joining us, so shout out on that. And you know what? Amend your schedule. It's a Sunday night. Be there, because it's going to be huge. It's going to be awesome, so make sure you are there joining us Sunday night. That being said, let's kick this bad boy off. Gentlemen, let's start with that Sunday night game that we left off last talking about. It was the Detroit Lions, Jake's Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Rams. Let's go to Ken. We're going to hit you for those stats and the score of the game, and then we'll go to Hot Take Jake. What are your thoughts on this game?
Hey guys, it was a really, really close, fierce game. 23-24. The Detroit Lions edged them out by 1 point. As we hit the stats, we'll look at Matthew Stafford. He went 25 for 36. He threw for over 370 yards, 2 touchdowns. A guy by the name of Williams rushed for 13 carries, 61 yards. And Puka Nacua had an extraordinary game. 9 receptions, 180 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Woo!
Jared Goff, 22 for 27. He threw for over 270 yards, 1 touchdown passing. David Montgomery, 14 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. And St. Brown, 7 receptions and 110 yards. This was probably the best game of the entire weekend. The best game, hands down, man.
By far. Yeah.
I love what the Lions brought. The Lions looked really, really, really good, but they just couldn't get it together towards the end of the game. They made a lot of careless mistakes on the, like they went 3 and out a couple of times towards the end and bunted the ball, and they ended up croaking. But Detroit, I think they're prepared to move on. I think Detroit is going to do well. They're going to have a great game this week. But I think Tampa's not a joke. I'm not going to say Tampa's a horrible team. They're trash. They're a joke. But Jake always says the NFC South, the trash of the Baker Mayfield. Look hella good. He looked hella good. Hey, so a great season for Sean McVay and guys. But hey, man, great game, Detroit.
Three hellas. I don't know if I can give him 3 hella goods, but I give him it was good. It was decent. Hot Take Jake. What are your thoughts on this game, my brother?
Here's what I'll say, man. I was very proud of the way the Lions were resilient in that game. They showed up. I think by far, their defense, which was probably the worst of that whole entire team, is the ones that made the plays to win that game. They held them to field goals, and the Lions scored touchdowns. That was the difference in this game. Shout out Jared Goff. You know, people were making fun of me at one point in time when I said that this guy practically is the best quarterback in the NFC. I think he's looking more and more like it. Here's another one. I kind of slided Matthew Stafford, but I think by the end of Matthew Stafford's career, I think we'll finally say that he's better than A-Rod. So I think that
wow,
that he's
what?
I think.
Oh, come on, man.
He's having a different. As a Ram, he's doing a lot better with what he's done.
He's only won one Super Bowl.
Huh?
He's only won one.
And A-Rod got three?
He would have to win one more, and you would have to say he's. And I would think he'd have to win two more because honestly, Aaron Rodgers is that much better of a quarterback than
I don't think so.
Stafford.
I think Matthew Stafford was on a bad team for the longest. I think with what he's doing now, he's really showed up to what he has become. And I think by the end of his career, you could legitimately say he will be better than A-Rod in the rankings of QBs. And I can't wait till that will be proven. We're going to look back on this and you're going to be like, you know what, Jake, you're practically right, per usual. My whole point is this.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, come on, man. Stop hating on him.
I just can't agree with that. It just doesn't make any sense because Aaron Rodgers was MVP how many times? 3 times, I believe. He led the league in passing.
Like 3 times. 3 MVP.
Like 5 or 6 times. I mean, what are we talking about right now?
MVP is such a stat. Such a very shallow stat. It's very shallow, Omar.
You can say that. That's fine. I'll give you that. Even if it is, though, Matthew Stafford has never been in the top 3 quarterbacks at any point in time in his career.
I think in the NFC, he's probably top 2 now. Wouldn't you say?
We're talking about all time. No. All time, Jake. All time.
Well, I'm talking about right now. Omar was talking about in the league. Aaron Rodgers has been known as a top 3 quarterback in the league. I think in the NFC, he's being known as a top 3 quarterback. I can't name 2 other quarterbacks better than him other than Jared Goff. It's probably his head-on fight.
No, because just because Dak had just because he shit the bed doesn't mean that he's not a better quarterback. Dak is a better quarterback.
You would take Dak over Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Yes. Depending.
Yeah, we're drunk. Yeah, we're being drunk right now. I can tell.
Jake, no.
Depending on the offense, I wouldn't take Dak.
It depends on the circumstances, man.
I've seen Dak. Croak like a bum, like a frog in playoffs. Matthew Stafford gets way better with that.
Hey, Clever D says that Dak isn't better than Stafford.
No, he said Jake isn't that far off on Stafford being better. I'm telling you right now.
Thank
you. He says Dak isn't better than Stafford.
And that's crazy that y'all would say it. Like, you really think about that. I know it went into a different topic, but as Matthew Stafford's leaving, I'm thinking, hey, the Rams are on a come-up. This is a young team. They could have beat that team. That Lions team's a good team. A good roster.
No, now that I think about it, you're right. He probably is in the top. I was going to say top 5, but he probably is in the top 3, probably. But there's still quarterbacks, yes, in the NFC. I would say.
And you couldn't name another one. I would not pick Brock Purdy over Matthew Stafford right now. Would you?
Only because Matthew Stafford has the experience factor. But in terms of who has a higher ceiling, Brock Purdy has a higher ceiling.
Oh, that's a frustrating thing.
I gotta go to Brock Purdy.
That's beyond frustrating to hear that one. He has a higher ceiling.
So answer this question. Of course, he's younger. GB, shout out. Thanks for, as always. Answer this question, Jake. Who was the QB of the weekend? Who has the higher chance, and who has the higher chance of going through, Lions or Packers?
Well, I will say this. Jordan Love looked good. But, man, I think that it was more – I think we need – because people were wide open. I think we really need to look at, and I hate to say it because I was so against Matt LaFleur. I didn't think he was that great of a coach. He's near top 5, top 7 coach in the league right now. He's fighting for those spots right there. Remember, I always give you my opinion on the top 5 coaches. I think he is nearing that. He might even pass Daboll to me. He might pass Brian Daboll. Because, I mean, he has done some things that you just... With the way the scheme was and how they beat... If you really look at those game plans on what he did, on how wide open they were, it was a pitch and catch like 3 times in that game where you just couldn't believe it. He schemed it well. He knew exactly what Dallas was going to do defensively.
Yeah.
Man, I'll say this. I think in the end, Jordan Love will go as far as what Matt LaFleur coaches him to be. And that opinion is...
I can agree with you on that.
If he can out-scheme San Francisco, man, I got to give Matt LaFleur a lot of credit. That's what I'm saying.
If they beat San Fran.
That broken coverage was because of schematics right there. I mean, just look at that tight end play where the tight end kind of acted like he was going to block and then did like that kind of U-turn, route. I only know it because of Madden. But yeah, he does that U route, and I mean, he tricked the hell out of him. Man. That was a great play. I think as far Jordan Love, now I'm not trying to discredit Jordan Love, but that was and I'll give Jordan Love this. For him to be that young as a QB and to be that poised was said a lot. That's why I don't trust Dak, man. Dak saw him down, and he crumble, man. That's terrible. So,
hey, so
like I said,
we really did.
Lions. I trust Jared Goff more.
Go ahead, Ken.
Let me caveat on what Jake said. And Jake, I will agree with you on this. If Matt LaFleur has the ability to coach Jordan Love, to push him beyond what he's capable of doing, I think they would. If they're coached well and they go in with a great game plan, I think that it's going to be a close game when they play the 49ers. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout, but they're on a hot streak, man. And as I've been telling people, when you get to the playoffs, man, the season changes. You look at the Eagles. Eagles went 10-1. 10-1. And lost like the last 6 or 7 games, and then they choked. Like they choked last night. So it's anybody's game when it comes to the playoffs. Green Bay got just as good as a shot as anybody else. But I do agree with you when you said the part about LaFleur coaching him and making him become his best. If LaFleur's able to have a great game going into San Fran,
I agree with you with them having a shot. Here's the only thing that worries me. I need them to take a lead. If they don't take a lead, and San Francisco, and I think Kyle Shanahan's going to be smart enough to say, if he wins that coin toss, I think Kyle will take the ball and score fast.
So you're going to take the ball first? He should.
Because if the Packers somehow take a lead,
1-6.
The Eagles have been on a complete downfall.
Yeah, they're terrible. Here's my question. Can I ask this question real quick? Who would have the better upset this weekend if you would guess Omar and Ken? The Texans or the Packers? What's more likely to happen if one of them would happen?
Man, you want to go first?
Yeah,
I'll let Omar go.
I got to think about this. No, go ahead. I got to think.
Man, I will go Packers over the 49ers, man. They're hot, bro. They're hot.
Yeah, I can't, man. I can't.
I think that.
Go ahead, Ken.
I think that Harbaugh's gonna have a solid game plan. They're coming into Baltimore. The elements, MT&T, I mean, it's all the weather. The weather's a big factor. I gotta go. I think Packers got a good upset, man. I gotta go with the Packers, man.
Oh, man.
Weather and I'm looking at the weather and all the conditions, man. I'm going Packers, man. They hot.
Okay.
For them to come to Dallas and beat Dallas the way they beat Dallas.
You don't expect them to be able to defeat the strong Ravens, but oh man, I can't see Jordan Love's inexperience allowing him to beat the 49ers. So I would say the hot Texans with CJ Stroud, I would say them pulling out a victory over the Ravens would be the more likely. Now, I don't think either's going to happen. I think both teams are going to get beat by at least 10 to 14 points.
But if there was a chance of which one would be more likely, you would say
it would be the Texans. It would probably be the Texans because they have a running game and a defense that can carry into the weather and in Baltimore.
Okay. See, I thought Packers as well because I like what Clubber D said, rookie QB coach, and I think. Man, I don't think those guys
CJ Stroud isn't. But CJ Stroud isn't playing like a rookie, though. That's the thing. CJ Stroud is playing like a seasoned veteran.
I'll give CJ this. Listening to that piece of trash, Caleb Williams, on how he wants everything just handed to him. I love that CJ. CJ is shut. No, I'm sorry, bro. I'm calling a spade here. You want everything handed to you. You want all this and that, all the glamour and everything, all the commercials, all this. CJ Stroud's a real football player. That man didn't cry about where he was going. He took the Texans job. In fact, everybody would say that freaking Texans roster is probably one of the worst in the NFL right now. And he's taken it and taken over like no other. He's a real quarterback, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking to him about being a top 7 quarterback next year.
I agree that they have gone places they were not expected to go. That's what I will agree with. But again,
Omar, CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, is he better? Is he the best quarterback in his division right now?
Somebody said it would be the Packers and Texans Super Bowl.
Yeah. First of all, that's Flo, and you're crazy. It's not going to be the Packers and Texans. Everybody and their mom knows it's not going to be that. All right. Now, maybe one of them got lucky and will slide in. I can't see that either. But maybe one of them gets lucky. I don't think either one of those teams make it. And I agree with this Facebook user here. Don't think either Houston or Green Bay upset. Tampa Bay has the best chance is what they say.
Oh, I think that's a blowout. I think the Lions finished them off.
Yeah, I think the Bucks have been playing over their head as well.
Somebody by the name of Brandon Cleveland said that.
My boy Clutch Cleveland. What up, B? That's one of my best friends from back in the day. All right. GB. Should Lance and Dak have a competition? Oh man, I'll let the boys go, but I don't think so. I think he's been ruined by everything that happened. And so can his career be resurrected? Sure. But I never thought he was that good of a college prospect coming up.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, Jake, what do you think? And then we'll go to Ken. What do you think on this?
No, I don't think it'll be a competition. I think Dak is light years ahead of Lance already in that system. Yeah. It wouldn't even be a chance. And I hate to say it, Lance would just show you with his legs. But I'll give one thing to Dak. He at least used his legs a little bit this year. I think right now Dallas needs to really look at trading. I'm telling you, it seems far-fetched. Trade Dak right now while he still had that season. Get you an early quarterback. Reset the QB clock. I heard it several times. I said this on Sunday before those guys on the NFL on Fox and ESPN said this. I said it. Reset your clock. Get a new quarterback. There's nothing wrong with that. Dak has shown you at best what he can do. Get yourself a good quarterback. Fire that. I don't know how the hell Mike McCarthy is still there right now. This makes no sense. The man should be eating pizza with me at Pizza Hut. And somehow he's inside the damn Dallas office right now? It's just ridiculous.
Well, I mean, we're going to talk about all that. We'll talk about all of the rumors going on and the coaches. We'll talk about the draft and all that in just a second.
Okay. My bad. Go ahead. I always soliloquy.
No, you're good. We're about to come right back to you. I like it. Clubber D says Dak needs to take a pay cut. Jury's still out on Lance. Flo is making fun of Jake saying he took in it. I did hear that. Yeah. That was funny. I tried not to crack up laughing. It was funny. Me and Jake are agreeing a lot today. I think if Flo isn't on the show trying to cause a divide and some discord, I think we have a harmonious relationship. The three of us here. Flo, when Flo's not around, we get all along over here. We're just joking, Flo. We miss you, man. All right. Anyways.
Yeah.
That being said, let's go ahead and move on to that, though.
For me.
Oh, my bad, Ken. I forgot. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah.
Go.
No, for me with Dak Prescott, I think I mean, you're in a tough position. The guy had a great regular season. He's gotten to the playoffs for the last 3-4 years, and he chokes. I mean, what do you do with that? Do you give him a long-term deal, or do you pay him a short-term deal? Or, I mean, you cut him down the middle. I mean, or is he going to be willing to be a team player and take less and think about more of the organization? I mean, do I think Trey Lance is a good fit? No. I think Trey Lance would be better off back in San Fran. I mean, I don't know what Purdy's going to do in the future or what have you, but I think he was in a good place under Shanahan. Shanahan had the right tutelage, the right way to guide and teach him and bring him up. But for Dallas, either we're going to trade Prescott and bring in, like Jake said, bring in somebody fresh off the market and reset the quarterback clock and bring and pay the skill players and get us a rookie quarterback and just pay him a rookie deal and let him prove himself to us.
I'm torn on this because at times Dak has showed, especially this year, MVP caliber play, but then he turns around and craps the bed like he did this weekend, Sunday. And that's just really unacceptable. But the thing is, while I agree with Clubber D that I would take a pay cut, maybe does he if he fought so hard to get that contract in the first place? We have to remember he was coming off a broken ankle, and Jerry Jones put him through hell to get that contract, and he waited so long just to get that contract. Am I really going to take a pay cut now? Probably not. That being said, it all depends. Who does Mike McCarthy still get fired in the next year? I would, again, I agree with you, Flo. I would take a team-friendly deal. I would. But again, who is going to be the coach? Does Mike McCarthy get fired, right? Does Bill Belichick come in? Does the wild card John Harbaugh come in, right? Does Dan Quinn get fired? Actually, let's go ahead and touch on all of that right now, because the rumor has it that Bill Belichick and the Falcons had meetings and interviews today, and they are the front runners. So, Jake, what do you think about the Cowboys? Do you think they should fire McCarthy and go after Belichick? What do you think about them? And then we'll go to Can after that.
This is what I think is going on right now. And this is just conspiracy, Jake. I think they're sitting down and they're trying to calm themselves right now. But I think that's the worst thing you can do with all these with all these coaches out and about like this. Belichick just got visited by Atlanta. I heard the Chargers already got granted that they're going to get to have the first interview with Jim Harbaugh. Let me tell you something right now. Dallas, you need to start making moves. If you don't, you're going to fall back and you're going to get behind. And you're going to have to settle for everybody's third and fourth options. You don't want to do that. Let me tell you something. You have an advantage. Hey, that's the Mecca of Texas. Okay? Dallas. It's a Mecca.
Dallas.
Everybody wants to be there. State tax. Nothing. Got no state tax. These guys are going to get paid.
Right about that, brother.
Yep. They're going to get paid like no other. Okay? These coaches know this. Not only that, you have a good roster. I'm not going to hate. You have a good roster. You keep underachieving. That is a decent roster. You let go of a few veterans that you really don't need, and guess what? Your roster is still complete. You have another 2 to 3 years max with at least half of those players without having to pay them. Micah Parsons can have a fifth-year option. You already signed DeMarcus Lawrence for a good couple years. You have CeeDee Lamb for another couple years. I'm telling you now, you need to find the right coach, because without the right coach, you are nothing. This is why you keep failing with the Jason Garretts. This is why you keep failing with the Mike McCarthys. It's embarrassing that these guys, you can tell whenever you're going into a game and you're looking across the field, you absolutely can tell yourself, I don't think we have it today because our coach is not better than theirs. Now, what's to be done next? Here's the thing. You're in the NFC. You go talk to Mike McCarthy and you let him know, Mike, I love you. Thank you for your duties. You've done nothing but make us average at best. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. Dan Quinn as well. Hey, congratulations. We didn't bite that apple before we got it, because, man, it would have looked bad if you would have ended up letting Mike McCarthy go and kept Dan Quinn. Let his sorry ass go, too.
Sure would have.
The reason why the Falcons left him, too.
That would have been
Let me tell you something. Go get the best. Right now, Jim Harbaugh does not want to be in the AFC with his brother. So it is already common that Jim Harbaugh would prefer an NFC job.
Flo agrees with you. Flo agrees with you.
Exactly. For you to go get him, you need to go now. He has no time to waste, nor do you.
Wow.
Get it going, Cowboys, if you want to be serious.
Wow. All right. Hot take Jake with the Jim Harbaugh, Flo backing. Flo at the same time saying the same exact thing. They're reading each other's minds here. Alan, chime in, brother. What do you think about Harbaugh? We know you don't want Belichick, and we don't know who the OC would be anyways, like you mentioned. What do you think about Harbaugh, Alan? What do you think? Let us know. Cam, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think the Cowboys should do?
Man, clean house, man. Clean house. Man,
Wow.
McCarthy's been there 3-4 years, man. Nothing. The wild card or divisional round and choke year after year after year after year. Jerry Jones is 81 years old. When you going to win him a Super Bowl? He's 81.
Woo!
His best years are behind him.
Mhm.
He's 81. And at this point, man, Dan Quinn,
That's
the
a good
defense
point.
look horrible. The offense look horrible. You start from scratch, man. You bring in a fresh crew. As Jake said, Harbaugh is the right fit for the organization. Harbaugh will come in. Harbaugh pick his offensive coordinator, pick his defensive coordinator, and you restructure the organization. You get rid of you trim the fat. You trim the fat. You bring in you bring in what you think is right. Because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, but in my heart, I'm still with the.
He's still a Falcons fan.
right?
He's still a Falcons
I
fan.
think
Don't look for
Belichick's
you.
a great fit for Atlanta because Belichick's gonna come in and bring order, discipline. He's gonna put who he wants. He's gonna bring the best. But Harbaugh don't want to go against his brother. I think he would be fantastic for Dallas because hell, I'm a Dallas fan. The Cowboys, I'm tired of seeing them go 11-5 and 12-5. You win all these games, and then when you get to the big thing, you shit the pot. You shit the pot and you don't win when you need to win. And it's been 29 years, bro. 29. Start from scratch. Bring in a Harbaugh. Let him restructure the organization. But Jerry Jones
I
got
wanna
to keep
say
his hands
something.
off of it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ken.
Can I say this real quick on Carlos?
Yeah.
Carlos made two things. He said Jim Harbaugh and Mike McCarthy have the same amount of losses and wins or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's my thing on that. I've never seen Carlos. Go look it up. I've never seen John Harbaugh lose in the first round to a team that he was worse than. To a team that's worse than his. I never saw it. And you know what? Mike McCarthy didn't do that just in Dallas. He did that several times playing with Aaron Rodgers, where they were favorites. They had home field advantage, shit like that. I'm tired of it. Mike McCarthy underachieves. Yes, you're right. Leadership does count. But at the same time, can you be honest here? And I got to be honest here also. I think Stephen Jones is at least a little decent at what's it called? At GMing. That's a good roster. Think about it. That's a really good roster. If they stay their asses back from getting so much pressure on the coaches, then you can give them a real shot, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do agree that leadership has been an issue, but I also agree that they did hamstring themselves with Dak's contract. I do think that Harbaugh. Oh, here we go. Allen comes in saying that Harbaugh is his number one option.
He's completely right.
I do agree.
He's completely
but
right.
I agree with GB here. They let Kellen Moore go, saying that they wanted to run the ball more, and all they did was pass the ball as much, if not more. So what did they really do differently? That being said, Mike McCarthy wins you 13 games a year in the regular season. Doesn't that matter? How much does that count? I know he's not getting it done in the postseason, but come on now. That's 39 wins in 3 years. That's a lot.
That's a good roster, Omar. I think a lot of coaches could do that. Remember, you're in the NFC. It's a bad conference still. I'm sorry to say, I don't believe in this conference still yet.
Let's find out. Well, let's find out what our fearless leader of the bottom line has to say. Welcome him in. What up, Flo? What's good?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can't hear you. What's good,
Yeah, we
brother?
can hear you.
Yeah, me, bro.
What do you think the Cowboys should do?
We need to go hard at Harbaugh. Mike McCarthy,
You're breaking up.
12-win seasons. You hear me?
You're
Can you hear
breaking
me?
up.
How about now?
All right, good.
Yeah.
Better? Okay. So anyway, we need to get
Yeah, I
Jim
can hear you.
Harbaugh.
Much better. All right, cool.
Jim Harbaugh. Mike McCarthy, thank you for your service. If you look at the Eagles, they got rid of Peterson once he started having a bad season. They got rid of several coaches that way. You got to move on. If you're going to be a contender in this league, you got to move on. You got to go in there and do what you need to do to make things happen. And McCarthy just couldn't get us over the hump. I blame more Dak, but they're not going to get rid of Dak. So I would say get rid of Dak and keep McCarthy. But they're going to go after a head coach. If you're going to go after a head coach, go get Jim Harbaugh. I mean, I'm okay keeping McCarthy, but we need to move on. If we're going to keep McCarthy, we need another quarterback. Obviously, they're going to get rid of McCarthy. So if we're going to get rid of McCarthy, let's go get Jim Harbaugh.
So then a question from Clubber D. He says, will Jim Harbaugh get the power he wants in the front office is the real question. What do you think, Flip?
Well, I say if
Won't have the
he
leverage.
gets hired, he's going to give him whatever power he needs. Because I said that in the chat. I don't know if you put it up, but Jerry Jones has maybe 7-8 years max to live on this earth.
Yeah, I put it up.
Maybe 5. Do you want a championship?
He's 81.
Maybe
81,
this can shake him up to say, hey, maybe I just need to hand the reins over to somebody who knows what they're doing and be more hands off. He's never going to completely be hands off, but if we can get him to be a little more hands off, maybe take away the GM, give Harbaugh full reign on the roster, and he just does his little interviews and talks to the media, but he stays, more hands off. Maybe this can shake him up because he looked pretty shook up that we didn't win that game. Everybody was shook up. So maybe this shakes up Jerry and says, maybe I need to go back to the Jimmy Johnson model where I was more hands off.
Well, sort of like how you mentioned, and GB mentions it here in the comment, Cowboys could go sign the best of everything. But the problem is that Jerry Jones is still the most hands-on owner in sports. He's still going to go have press conferences every week. He's still
I don't care if he has press
and,
conferences. Just stay out of the personnel. Just let Jim Harbaugh have the power that he needs.
That's the question.
I think he can. What's what I'm saying. He doesn't have long to live. When you get older, you can start contemplating the end of your life, and you're like, does he want to go out like this?
He don't have self-control.
He finally gave in to Jimmy Johnson.
He doesn't.
He finally gave in to Jimmy Johnson and put him in the Ring of Honor. So he's starting to contemplate the end of his life, I think. And maybe he decides after this, you know what? I need to give somebody else more control and step back a little.
Well, Alan says that Harbaugh will get it because he says, like you said, he thinks will treat him like Jerry Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson, yeah.
Or Jimmy Johnson, my bad, not Jerry Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he needs to do. If he wants him, I think that's going to be Jim Harbaugh's stipulation.
Well, they need to start making moves now.
This is what I
think Mike Vrabel will be a good fit?
Yeah, Alan says his sleeper pick is Mike Vrabel if you don't get Jim Harbaugh.
I don't mind him. I think he's a good coach, but we need an offensive coach.
I agree. I would want Harbaugh over him all day.
He's a good second pick, but hey, I think it's go for Harbaugh or broke. I mean, go get him. Pay him what he wants. Let him do what he wants, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Dak? Do you think that he needs to? I know you said team-friendly deal in the comments, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think if we get Jim Harbaugh in the room first, I think he can finagle Dak, and he can work to his strengths. Because look what he did with Kaepernick. He worked to his strengths. I don't think they worked to Dak's strengths. You know what? I think they let him be in the pocket, and I'm like, Dak, that's not your strengths. You need to roll. Bootleg, roll, do some scrambles. He needs to scramble at least 6-7 times a game, and he needs to roll out half the other time and then spend only maybe 10 attempts in the pocket. And Jim Harbaugh's going to know his strengths, and I think he'll play more to Dak's strengths. And if Dak plays to his strengths and they force him to do that, and Jim Harbaugh emphasizes that, I think that will make Dak a better quarterback in the end, like he did his first season.
And I mean, because we all had high hopes for Dak this year, and he started to show. He started to play MVP caliber at one point.
But when he went on that streak, he was moving around more. He was scrambling. They were doing more rollouts,
rolling right, rolling left, bootleg right, bootleg left.
Yeah, he was bootlegging. But if you look at the last 3 games, he spent a lot of time in the pocket, and that's always been my thing with Dak. He cannot spend half his time or more
In the pocket.
attempts in the pocket.
And also
bad
was-
things happen.
That's what I was
And
about
all-
to say, Carlos. They never established a
Yeah.
running game.
They never ran the ball. Tony
They never-
Pollard
Well,
was
we don't
hurt,
have a solid running back.
Right.
Jim Harbaugh
He
will go get a good running back. He'll
coming
get
off a broken leg, right? You got Tony Pollard was injured. Ezekiel Elliott was gone, right? You still got his dead cap money on
right.
there.
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
So-
You give Jim Harbaugh control of the roster, and he'll find a running back. He'll find a good running back.
Jake, what do you think? What were you going to say, brother? Go ahead.
Well, no, my point is this: is if he's going to do it, hey, the time is wasted. The Chargers are about to offer him a boatload of money. You only have a limited.
We can
time.
offer whatever the Chargers can offer. We can offer more.
Well, you got to fire somebody.
Well,
When's that
yeah,
gonna happen?
but I'm just saying.
That's true. Yeah, y'all
You
got to
can
get rid of
When
Mark
are we gonna
McCarthy
get this
first.
firing going? These guys are still sitting in the damn offices living life.
Yep.
I mean,
Good
this
point.
is true. But here's the thing: if you keep McCarthy, you got to get rid of that. You got to get a better quarterback.
Okay.
I think
All
Jim
right.
Harbaugh
Well-
can get the best out of Dak, but I don't think McCarthy can do that.
I think it's easier to get a different coach and keep the court. If you wanted to keep Dak, keep Dak.
Right.
If you had to pick one or the other, I would keep Dak and fire the head coach immediately.
That's
Sure. That's
fair.
fair. And bring in Harbaugh, sure. But, Dak also said that it wasn't McCarthy's fault. And if you're going to blame him, then you got to blame Dak too.
I like
So
what Stephen A. Smith said.
Maybe get rid
There's
of both
some
of them.
times where you just got to shut up, and he's got to shut up. I'm so
Yeah.
tired of that man talking.
Yeah. Don't try to take your coaches back like that. Y'all know each other 3 years. Don't act like you're best of friends over here. But anyways, all right. Any other thoughts on that, gentlemen? We're going to move on to the games this weekend. I want to get Flo's thoughts on some of these games before he has to get out of here.
All right.
So,
Yeah, I'm
any
good.
other thoughts on
Those
that?
are my basic thoughts. Do not
All right, well,
hire
let's
Bill
move-
Belichick.
Do not
Do
hire
not.
Yeah.
Do
Bill
not.
Belichick. That comes from both Flo and
Telling you,
Alan.
Belichick is the
Both-
right fit for Atlanta.
Well, that's the rumor right now is that Belichick has been
Belichick stay in Atlanta.
coaching Atlanta, but also the rumor is that John Harbaugh has been in hot pursuit by the Chargers. So
Yeah.
you
Let's
never
go,
know.
Omar. You can move on.
Chargers. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's talk some divisional football this weekend, y'all. The divisional round is set. The first game, Saturday, January 20th, and we'll just roll through these quickly so Flo can get his opinion on all of them. Let's go ahead and get your thoughts and the score for each of these games. First up, Texans at Ravens, 4:30 Saturday. What are your thoughts on this game, Flo?
To be honest, I thought the Browns were going to win that game, and I thought even if the Texans could pull it out, they would be closer. C.J. Stroud really showed me the way those players were playing. They were going for broke. They were playing with nothing to lose. They go into this game, they still got nothing to lose. The Ravens are going to be favored heavily. And you'll get a few people pick them as upsets, a few people that'll waver and say, oh, they're going to give them a good game. I just don't think they can beat the Ravens and the MVP, Lamar Jackson. I think the Texans go up there and I think they upset the Ravens. I'm gonna pick the Texans. I like the way they're playing. I like the way the players, the coach has these players playing. It's gonna be. They're gonna have to go back and see the games that Lamar lost and that where they contain him on the defense. And I think that coach is a defensive coach. I think he can do that. And as long as you keep Lamar from getting out of the pocket, you keep him in the pocket. I think you can minimize his damage. And if C.J. Stroud does what he's been doing, man, I think the Ravens have a great shot of winning that game. I'm going to pick the upset in this one. It may be a close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout like the Browns game, but the Texans may win this game and pull away and get into the AFC Championship.
Wow. All right. So we have one on the Texans. Jake, what are your thoughts? And then we'll go to Ken.
I think the Cinderella story ends this weekend. I think the Ravens are way better. I think they're going to physical the crap out of those receivers.
I don't think you're a
those receivers-
Lamar fan, Jake.
I'm not no Lamar fan. I think the defense is what's carrying the Ravens.
The defense is amazing.
And I think what's going to happen is they don't have elite receivers over there. I'm sorry to say it. I hate to say it. I can't even name
That's
one.
true.
What?
I mean, that's
Robert
true.
Woods, Tank Dale. I think Tank Dale's still hurt.
Jake Dale's hurt
OBJ's there.
he's out for the season.
So think about
Oh, you're talking about the
this.
Texans. Okay.
He's talking about
Yeah,
Texans.
I
They got
think the
Nico
physicality-
Collins. Nico Collins
that
is the only healthy receiver.
I think the physicality that the corners are going to
Nico
do
Collins,
and
yeah,
stop
Collins.
the progression of them to just go by. And they're going to hold them at the very beginning, right at that line, and stop the timing that C.J. Stroud usually falls for, I think is what's going to change this game. I also believe DeMeco Ryans is a San Francisco defensive coordinator. And no matter what, the thing about Ravens, whenever they face NFC type teams, he's destroyed them. You have to have played Lamar several times to get
This
an
is an
idea.
AFC team, though.
And Schultz, right? Yep.
But he's known for that. He hasn't played. What I meant by that is he doesn't really
I
know
just meant receiver.
how to play Lamar yet. He hasn't gotten to
there's
play.
tape. There's tape that shows you. I'm sure he's going to study that tape.
Well,
where
there's
they've
tape
contained
all
him.
year. The NFC. He's still what 19
But
and
I'm
1
saying,
against the
but
NFC.
he's a good coach. He's a really good coach. He's proven that.
I think the Niners had a really good roster and he carved them up. I don't think that roster is nowhere near. This Texans roster is nowhere near that.
They got
roster.
nothing to lose, Jake. That's my thing. They got nothing to lose.
Yeah, and
I think they destroy him. I hate to say it. I think it's
what's your score?
37-21. I think the Texans lose. Hey, man, nothing to hang your hat on. Nothing to be sad about. Y'all shouldn't have been here. And for y'all to be this far.
I'll give you my score in a minute.
I mean, that's true. Anything that they get, Jake is right. At this point, is a win for them. They have won way more than anybody predicted. They were only predicted to win like 5 games at the beginning of the season. So yeah, go ahead, Flo. Go ahead.
Real quick, Omer, let me give you my score and one more point. And if you look at Lamar Jackson's record in the playoffs, he's only won 1 out of 3. He's like 1-3. So he's performed badly in the playoffs. It's not like he was hurt at the time.
Absolutely.
He has not played well, and so
Flo did make that
going
point.
in. That is not going to be another factor in this. He's got to prove himself. So
Those
there's a
are
lot of
comments
pressure on
talking about
Lamar to
that.
play well in the playoffs. And so that's another thing. I think this is going to be a tight game. I think they frustrate Lamar a little bit. They contain him a little. It'll probably be a little higher scoring. I'm going to go something like, I'm going to say 29-26 Texans.
29-26 Texans with the upset as well. Allen chimed in 27-23 Texans upset. So there you go, a couple Texans upsets.
And I hate the Texans.
We know. And what are your thoughts on this?
Man, this is gonna be a crazy game, man. You got a 10-7 Houston team, you got a 13-4 Baltimore team. The only thing that scares me about any of this stuff, man, these guys been idle for a week. They've been idle. You got a team that's hot like Houston. Lamar Jackson he's been the passing leader, been the rushing leader. Zay Flowers has been the receiving leader. But Stroud has played extraordinary football, and Stroud has played beyond being a rookie. He's playing like he's a seasoned veteran. And Singletary's ran the ball good, and then Nico Collins has been receiving. I mean, man, this is gonna be a hard game, man. At first I said that Baltimore would win by 14 because I always do 14 of these crazy sporadic numbers and different things like that. But I'm gonna go
Cowboys by 30.
I'm gonna go 34. I'm gonna go 34. Now you want everybody? You won't blame me. I'm gonna go 34-26.
Who?
34-26.
I think the Cinderella story keeps going. I think DeMeco Ryans coach of the year. Houston.
You going Texans?
I'm going Texas.
Wow.
I'm afraid, bro. They've been idle, man. Baltimore hadn't played.
I'm glad I picked before you.
Canteen with the 34-26.
I don't think it'll be that high.
That's that's 7 points in the bottom line world. 7-point victory for the Houston Texans. That being said, look, I agree with GB. It's going to be a battle of the coaches.
I'm nervous with Baltimore, man. They ain't been playing, bro.
You know, forget
Rest over rest.
No, forget Jim Harbaugh. Give me John Harbaugh. Give me the more experienced.
Now, to be fair, Jay Gladden wanted to get rid of Harbaugh.
Give me John Harbaugh.
And he's a big Ravens
fan. Give me DeMeco Ryans for Coach of the Year, for sure.
Remember Cam? What's
Can you hear
wrong with
me?
you? I can hear you.
I froze for a second.
Yeah, we
Anyways,
can hear you.
as I was saying, it's going to be a battle of the coaches. D'Amico Ryan's coach of the year, but John Harbaugh is the more experienced coach, the better coach. The Ravens are the better team, the better all-around team. Lamar Jackson will be the MVP this year. Their defense was the best, one of the top two, if not the best defense in the league, depending how you looked at Cleveland. While Texans have played really well, they're young and played above their head. I have the Ravens winning this game 34-24. So that's what you got, y'all. You got the Ravens, Hot Take Jake and myself, Texans, Allen, Flo, and Canteen. All right, the next game of the weekend, also Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have the Packers and 49ers. I forgot to give you the spread for the last game, so I'll give it to you for this game. The spread is San Francisco by 8.5, and the over-under is 50.5. So, Flo, what are your thoughts on Packers, 49ers, and your score?
I went back and forth on this one because I think the Niners are probably a better team overall. They have probably better weapons. I don't know if they got the better quarterback, but they got a decent quarterback who's played well this year. They got a solid defense. People overrate them a little bit, but they're not as good as people think. But they do have a solid defense. It's not a terrible defense. Man, because I said Packers and Texans in the Super Bowl, I think one of these teams.
Why did you
breakthroughs.
say that? Why did you say that anyways?
I saw these games, and when you have a quarterback's playing that well, I mean, you have to go with the better quarterback.
That could just be one week, though. Jordan Love has proved he was up and down this whole season. Right?
Okay. Who made it to the Super Bowl last year? Who made it to the Super Bowl last year?
Who did make it?
Eagles and who?
Eagles and
the Chiefs.
Who did make the Chiefs? My bad.
Who were considered the two best quarterbacks last year?
Patrick Mahomes and
last
Jalen
year was
Hurts.
horrible, man.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but last year, that's what I'm saying, though.
That makes sense.
Okay, what I'm saying is if you got the better quarterback, you have a chance to win. And the way the Packers have been playing, I think they have nothing to lose as well. They're playing with that mentality. They got a lot of young players who have really meshed in the second half of the season. Jordan Love with those receivers have really come together. They've learned to have a good chemistry with each other. They know what each other wants to do on offense. I just think that this is the Packers' only chance if they jump on the 49ers early. If they can do that, I think they will keep them off because the 49ers have shown that they're not a come-from-behind team. They don't have a quarterback that can come from behind. And so I think I'm going to go – I don't think they both make it. I don't think they're both going to make it to Super Bowl. Both of them are going to continue the Cinderella story one more round at least, both of them. I'm going to go with an upset again with the Packers, and it's not just because of the – I just the way Jordan Love's playing. The way Jordan Love was playing and those receivers, the offense was clicking. And if they can jump on them early, I think if they jump up 10 or 14 points, the 49ers are going to be in trouble. So it all depends if they can jump on them early.
Clubber D would like to remind you that their QB was knocked out of the NFC Championship last year, and that's why they didn't make it.
Well, I mean, you can say that, but that doesn't necessarily mean they would have won because he was in there.
Right. So what's your score?
This is gonna be even more of a slugfest because I think they're gonna try and make a comeback, but I think the Packers jump on them early, but I think the 49ers will rally, but they'll fall short. I'm gonna go 31.
Wait a minute, man.
31-27. 31-27. Packers with the upset once again. Okay. The Cinderella story continues at least one more week for both these teams.
All right. Wow. 31-27. Packers. Allen chimed in, and then we'll go to Canteen, and then Jake. Allen chimed in with a 49ers victory.
In overtime.
27-24 in overtime. What do you think, Ken? And we're gonna no-sell that comment, Ken, because I don't know that guy. So unless you know that person, I'm just gonna no-sell that.
All right, man. Let me hit the stats real quick, man. So when you look at Jordan Love and Brock Purdy, they both have thrown for over. So I look at Love. He's thrown for 372 out of 579. He's thrown for over 4,000 yards, 32 interceptions, 11 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Brock Purdy, on the other hand, went 308 for 444. He's thrown for over 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns. They both thrown 11 interceptions. McCaffrey's the stronger running back, 272 carries, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. And Ben Ayuk, 75 receptions, 1,300 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Man, it's going to be a tight game, man, because as Flo has said, man, Green Bay ain't got nothing to lose, and I'm always scared for the teams that get to that, division round and have that bye. But I'm going to go with the 49ers, man. It's for the 49ers, it's now or never. You got your faith in Brock Purdy. You got your faith in Shanahan. Your defense is pretty decent. McCaffrey is a front runner. As Flo, right? Am I right or wrong, Flo? You say he's a front runner for MVP because of his running back skills or what have you. With this game, man, it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go 42-30.
Wow.
San Fran.
42-30. Wow. A shootout.
42-30. San Fran.
You up, Jake?
I think Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy throws for over 400 yards. I think they have a phenomenal game.
Wow.
It's now or never, man. Brock Purdy is similar to Prescott
because they got a cheap quarterback.
Similar to Prescott, but it's either
not really because they got a cheap quarterback. They don't got to pay him for another couple years,
right? But if they make it,
he's cheap.
But if they make it to the Super Bowl, he deserves to be paid, man. So even if they make it to the Super Bowl,
I don't think they should pay him.
Even if they make it to the Super Bowl, man, cut him a nice deal, man.
No.
Not yet.
No. Why? You don't have to pay him till next year.
Yeah.
There's no sense in paying him all that money. You got players you need to keep.
Somebody said.
That's just me. They might pay him, but
hating on the Niners.
Look,
we'll see. All right, go ahead, man.
I hate to say this soliloquy, but I have to say it. I think this game is most likely going to be Kyle Shanahan's best game. I think he's going to out-scheme it. I think the first thing he's going to do is win that coin toss. And the first thing he's going to do is any doubt that could creep into their sideline, he's going to kill it with an automatic 7 points and show the Packers anything you can do, I can do better. I hate to say it. When it counts most for them is going to be next week when they see the Lions. But as of right now, they are more than ever and more confident than ever that they can beat this team. I hate to say it, but the Packers still have a bad defense, guys. I know they look good against the Cowboys. Hell, everybody does in the playoffs against the Cowboys.
All right.
As I was saying, when the Niners...
When did the Broncos play?
Well, I'm just speaking facts, man.
I'm just saying, when did the Broncos play the playoffs? I'm just speaking facts.
That's fine. Hey, we'll go sit on the couch.
You ain't made the playoff, bro.
You took a shot. You just took a lot.
Here we go.
Guys,
Here we go.
Defense is not that great.
Yeah, when did the Broncos play last?
Here we
go.
go.
The Packers defense hasn't been good. I'm just speaking facts.
Okay, so am I.
And I think it's going to get exploited this weekend more than ever. I think if they let Debo talk, Debo would automatically say it. He would say this defense at most is piss poor. Not only that, Zari Alexander got hurt again in that game. That was their best corner. I don't think he's going to be 100% to even play this game either. I think this is going to be a coaching mismatch only because the players are going to show it. Not only that, remember, these guys came from the Shanahan tree. And anybody that knows the Shanahan tree better than anybody is Kyle Shanahan and Mike. So I think this is going to be easy. Alan, please stop.
Yeah. If the Packers take the ball,
Alan says Alan wants to know what time is the Broncos game on, Jake.
That's fine, Alan. Like I said, man, y'all were all gung-ho about the Cowboys getting the second seed just to lose in the first round.
But you got a defender.
We got the chance to lose in the playoffs.
You got a defender here, Jake. GB says Broncos won the Super Bowl much more recently. And that's true. Cowboys ain't won since the 90s.
We're going to go years back. How many you got?
How many 29 years ago.
If we're going to start going years back, let's start talking how many Super Bowls you got.
Well, heck, man, you're over there crying. Jerry Jones is crying because he still can't get one.
Take one number for number. Who got the most rings, Clubber?
Who got the most rings?
Look,
What,
Look,
the
hey,
Niners are
You're,
tied
right-
with
you're
y'all.
going
Come
back
on,
years.
Jake.
We can
The
start
Broncos,
going back.
Right now-
how many Broncos got, Jake?
I'm talking about this
Y'all
year.
got 2.
the Broncos
Talking
got
about
3,
I'm
this
right?
just saying, hey, all I know
Maybe
is this:
last year.
the end-all, be-all goal was to get to the bowl. I think we're both sitting at home.
But only 2 teams gonna make it, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, it's
Well,
not going to be
I
the
can't wait
Packers.
to see who these
I got-
two teams are.
It's not going to be the Packers. I got the 49ers easily. Packers Cinderella run is
Of course
over.
you do.
I got the 40. Don't say I don't like the 49ers. They're just a better team. Everything you said about them is true. All right, and eventually Jordan Love's luck is going to run out. He didn't play like this in the regular season. We can't
But
expect that he's
it
going to
didn't look like luck though.
to play
the
over
way
his
he's played
head.
The last 2 games has not looked like luck.
Well, Jordan Love's love is going to run out eventually. So there you go.
Okay.
And
It will
his
eventually.
love is
I
going
think
to.
so. I agree, but just not this game.
Okay.
It's going to be a
Well, I
slob knock.
believe.
If the
I
49ers win, it's going to be a tight game.
Well, I believe that Jordan Love loses his love in San Francisco, and I know that's a pun on the.
He
Never
lost
mind.
his heart.
It's an old song that probably
He
only
lost
flows
his
in
heart.
the-
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think I don't know how
That
nobody's
was what-
talking about that
Thank
Packers
you. Thank
defense. Somebody's
Yeah,
got to
but-
talk about that bad Packers defense.
They are bad, but if they make it a
Well,
shootout
talk about it.
and they get
Go ahead.
ahead,
Talk
it's
about
going to
it.
be tough. It's going to be tough for the Niners.
You got to bring that up,
That's
man.
a good
and I
point,
think we're gonna
Clubber D. That's a
destroy-
good point. That's a
There
good
you
point.
go. There it is, right
Panthers put up 30 on the Packers a few weeks ago, so that is true. And the San
Did they win
Francisco
that
has
game?
a-
The Panthers did put up
Did
30
they win
points
that
on them
game?
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but San Francisco
And he is
not the
correct. He is
Panthers. Don't even
absolutely
try
correct.
that. Don't even try that.
What?
Don't even try that. That's-
No, and
San
there's no
Francisco's not the
comparison.
Panthers. Don't
There's
even.
no comparison.
that's
Like
not
I'm
even
saying, I'm
comparison.
just trying to find
That's
out.
right. That's what I'm
What-
saying. And
No,
the
where
Panthers
was
aren't
the
in the playoffs.
disconnect with Dallas? Where was the disconnect with us where they put up so much on us? And that's the thing. That's the thing.
You
I've
want me to
been
be
wrestling with.
honest?
Dallas
The
is a
disconnect-
culture
the
team,
disconnect
but how
is-
do we allow a broken defense if that's what you guys are saying?
I mean,
it was-
y'all's defense
was
has
3
been
plays.
slacking the past
It was
8
3
games.
plays that
last
turned
8
that
games.
game around. That's what it was. Those 2 drop passes by CD, he dropped 2 of them. They weren't perfect, but he should have caught them. And then the 1 pick 6 where he tried to force feed CD. Those are the 3 plays that killed us because those 3 plays were key to get first downs to get us in scoring position. But anyway, and then in between those plays, the Packers scored. So that killed us. Those 3 plays. CD was out of it. I don't know what was wrong with him. I don't know. He was dropping balls. He dropped 2 key balls that he dropped, and those were. And then the one that they tried to force feed him, with Dak tried to get to him again, and it was a pick 6.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Again, I got San Francisco.
Hey, don't
by at
forget,
least
we lost
10.
4 key players on defense this year. 4 starters. So that defense was, even though they played well at times, they were
did.
hurting.
Diggs.
Yeah. We lost 4 key players.
Started with Trayvon Diggs and went
Overshawn,
downhill from there.
Van Der Esch. I can't remember the 4th one. Harrison, I think. Or Harrington.
All right,
on
cool.
the
Well, I
line.
got
The D-lineman.
34-24 San Francisco.
How much?
34-24 San Francisco.
Okay. I think it'll be closer than that, though. If the 49ers win.
It might be.
Yeah.
I could see 34-27 or something. All right, let's move on to the Sunday games. First game, Buccaneers at Lions. The spread is the Lions 6.5, and the over/under is 48.5. So they are obviously playing in Detroit, while Detroit is the favorite. Flo, what do you think about this? And then we'll go Canteen and then Jake.
What's the spread?
The spread is 6.5. Detroit's the favorite.
You should have left for like 2 days.
Man, I just can't pick another underdog. I think the Bucs are going to give them a good game because of the defense. Man, and I hate to pick the Lions, but I don't hate, man. The Bake Show, man, he's been playing well.
Definitely.
I think Goff tends to make mistakes every few games that cost him. He tends to make mistakes, so, man. I'm going to say just because it's in Detroit, I'm going to say the Lions win this game in a close one. It's going to be lower scoring. They win a close one. I'm going to say maybe a 1-point game. I'm going to go with 24-23. 24-23.
Same score.
The
You
Lions
can go the
pull
same
it
score
out.
the last game. What?
Who?
You can go the same score last game, everything, right, Flo? The same
So
score of the
24-23. You got
I'm
24
going.
I'm
I'm
saying
going the
same
Lions.
score the
Lions.
Lions and
The
Detroit game.
Lions.
Okay.
He's taking
So
the
Alan
Bucks.
chimed.
The exact same
Alan
score.
chimed in, taking the Bucks on an upset, 31-20. Canteen, what do you think? And then Jake.
Man, everybody's counted the NFC South out, man. Oh man, they're the worst division in the NFC. Jake said they're horrible, man. They ain't got a horrible. The Saints are horrible. Carolina Falcons, everybody's trash, and then Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay rose to the occasion. Now I'm not, maybe they rose to the occasion because the Eagles were a broken, bad team that went 10-1 and they lost 6 out of their. They lost 6 games straight and won 1. But I like what I see in Baker Mayfield, man. Baker Mayfield's done really well. Their running back White has done well. Man, Mike Evans has even done spectacular, man. Bowles has held everything tight. And the way they punished the Eagles last night makes me feel really good about them, man. I think they'll end up going to the NFC Championship. I think they'll make the trip out to San Fran. I'm going to go 27-20. Buccaneers by 7. Yeah. That's what I got, man.
Hot take, Jake. Wow. We have two 27-20s. We have Oil John in the comments. Is also, shout out Oil John. Thanks for watching. Also going 27-20.
Yeah, I
Bucks.
think my
so now
dad's
that's 3 people for the
Had
Bucks.
too much oil
and-
around him. He's probably high right now off of the oil around him. My gosh. Let me tell you something, man.
Wait, is that your
This
dad?
is Baker Mayfield. This is Baker.
Your dad is Oil
Mayfield.
John?
That's my dad.
Was that all, John? Oh, that he
Yeah.
changed his name? Okay.
That's Baker
he changed his name.
Mayfield.
All
Do
right,
we
shout out.
forget who that is? This is Baker Mayfield, guys. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's Baker Mayfield. Do you trust this guy?
Baker
I sure don't.
Mayfield. Baker
They're
Mayfield.
9-8
the Lions.
for a reason, guys. They lost 8 games. They squeaked in. In fact, if the Saints never
But he's
got
played well,
hurt
and they've been
early
in every
the
game.
Oh, stop it.
They
Stop
have.
it. They've lost several games, too. And I don't think they'd be in it if the Saints never got hurt with Derek Carr at the beginning of the season. I think they put them behind, and they were that close from coming from behind and still taking that division. Here's the thing, and here's the end-all, be-all.
It depends how you're playing at the end of the season, Jake. Remember.
I'm
playing well.
about to tell you something.
Okay.
Remember that team that I told you that got screwed over there in Dallas? They're angry.
Oh, my God. Here
I
we go.
warned y'all about this, guys.
If you're still angry about that, man, you got problems.
Oh, they're pissed off, bro. I'm
Oh.
telling you right now.
Why?
And
They're in the
they're not done
playoffs,
yet.
And we're done.
That's fine. Y'all can be done. But their anger is still in there. Jared Goff had to
You
beat
can't
his
carry
old
anger
team.
for 4 weeks, Jake.
Jared Goff had to just beat his old team and show them what you lost
He
out
barely
on.
beat them, too.
That's
barely.
all right. All I know is the
Barely.
Rams are sitting at home. And now he gets to beat the Bucks this weekend and get the Lions to their first NFC championship game in who knows how long, maybe 50, 60 years. I think the Lions pull this off easily. I don't think that Buccaneers defense is that great. Their pass rush is a lot less
Really?
better than what they were back then. Let me tell you something. They have a good secondary. Their pass rushers are not the same. All they have is Vita Vea.
Crazy, man.
I got 27-17 Lions win, and they head themselves to the NFC Championship game to see the Niners, man.
See the
And I can't
Packers.
wait. Jared Goff, remember, I was made fun of about this NFC team, and they're about to be in the NFC Championship game. I was made fun of about the Lions at the
You're
beginning
just going
of the
with
year.
your pick, that's all.
Yeah, get ready.
You're sticking with
They're
your
about to
pick.
be in the NFC Championship game. I
Okay.
can't wait.
Well, I mean, a good point here by Alan. It is two
Yeah,
former
that is a
number 1
good
picks
point.
going against each other. Goff versus Baker Mayfield. Shout
That's a
out
good
to
point.
Papa Jake who said that this will be the closest best game of the weekend. I do agree. Sorry that you're.
I don't know how Carlos can say that with you trust Baker? I can't
I don't trust either
Goff.
one of them, to
Can you
be
trust
honest.
Baker?
That you're back on.
I trust Baker a little more.
Um,
I trust
I
Baker a
think
little
Goff
more.
shows out, man. He shows you why he's the best quarterback in the NFC. Somebody called that at the beginning of the year as well.
I don't think it was you. You also call the Dolphins #1 team.
That's fine. What's it called? They're young. They're learning. I told you they got to get rid of Tua.
But you said they'd be #1 seed.
They got to get rid of Tua. Good old Omar left. What happened to him? Poor guy.
I don't know. Is he all right? Is there another
So
game on the docket?
Let's keep rolling, man.
I got to load in and out. Here's my.
Man, we can hit that what's in that game, and I got to skedaddle, man. We've been on here about an hour, man.
All right, that's fine. Well, let's get to the
Yeah,
Bills and Chiefs. Go ahead, Canty. Go ahead and go first,
Bills
my brother.
All right, man. Let me hit the numbers real quick, man. So when we look at Patrick Mahomes, 401, 597, he's thrown for over 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. But then we have Josh Allen, 385 for 579. He's thrown for over 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Man, Cook 237 carries 1,100 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Diggs, man, 107 yards reception, 107 receptions, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Pacheco, Kelsey, man, they both have done well too, man. Oh man, they're going to Orchard Park, man. Man, this is tough. Because I don't think the Bills have ever beat. I don't think the Bills have ever beat Kansas City in the playoffs, right? Within like the last couple of years, they went to Kansas City and got beat, right?
Yeah,
I think that's true, right? Or the Bills.
Yeah,
been a long
Bills
time.
lost to Kansas City.
Don't worry.
but it's always been in Kansas City.
Man, it's always been in Kansas City. Man, Orchard Park's a different animal, man. The way the Bills beat Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I'm gonna go on a close one, man, because I mean the weather's supposed to even get worse. You know, all the snow and all that crap is supposed to get worse. I'm gonna go 30-27, man. The Bills win by 3 at home. They go to the AFC Championship.
Wow.
Bills. 27-30.
Let me
All
go on
right.
one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
What was that old movie? Stella got her groove back or something. I think the Chiefs finally got their groove back. They're in the playoffs. They've played a solid game. I think the defense is what's been carrying them, kind of like the Ravens a little bit. I think the defense has been carrying them, and I think Mahomes, you know, he's played well, but he can't throw and catch the ball, so that's the problem for Mahomes. And even Kelsey's let him down a few times in some of those drops, but they've kind of got their groove back. They're in the playoffs. Sometimes it's hard for teams like this who are constantly in the Super Bowl or in the AFC Championship to get up for the whole season. And I think that was a little bit of part of it, and then of course some of it was the receivers just weren't playing well. And it looks like they're finally getting on the same page. That Rashee Rice is really playing well. He's going to have a big game. Mahomes, like I said, you saw the big plays that he had with his legs. Mahomes going to have some more plays with his legs again. I think that Josh is going to try and go mano a mano with Mahomes. He's going to try and play too much hero ball. This is Josh Allen all season, and he's going to have one of those dips. And I think Josh Allen's going to play hero ball, trying to outplay Mahomes, and he's going to make a couple of big mistakes, and it's going to help the Chiefs get some easy scores. It's still going to be a tight game. I think it'll keep it close. I say it's probably going to be something in the neighborhood. I'm going to go. Depends on the weather. If the weather's decent, it won't be as high scoring, but I'm going to go 30-24 Chiefs pull it out and go back to the AFC Championship. 30-24
Oh,
Chiefs.
30-24 Chiefs. That's the first pick for the Chiefs. Allen has a Buffalo blowout, 42-20.
Wow.
Rick Diaz, shout out Rick. Thank you for watching the show. Also likes
Thanks,
the
Rick.
Buffalo Bills. We appreciate you, Rick.
Did Allen make a pick?
GB, Allen has the Bills, 42-20,
Okay.
a blowout.
Oh, okay. Wow.
GB agrees with you, Flo. Chiefs have Kelsey and Tony. Oh, no, they go with the Bills. GB's going with the Bills, 30-17.
Oh, wow.
So you're the only one going with the
Okay.
Chiefs so far, Flo. Hot take, Vic, what are your thoughts?
Let me tell you something, man.
He hates
think this
Mahomes, so he's going to pick the Bills.
That's true. That don't
I'm
mean nothing.
speaking facts is what I'm going to do. The Bills
Okay.
already beat this team earlier in the season. And let me tell you something. I think if one thing they did, I think the media did this. They sparked a fire up this Bills team, man. Because ever since they lost that game to, I think, was it Philly? When they lost to Philly and they said there's no chance of them winning anymore.
Never mind.
They wouldn't make the playoffs. They have not lost in 6 straight weeks. This team, you talk about being on fire, Flo.
That's a great point.
This team is on fire, man. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something.
Well, you didn't believe in the Packers or the Texans with that.
That
doesn't translate to your other picks.
They haven't had this good of a winning streak like this guy, like the Packers, this Bills team,
and the Texans.
Yeah, no,
okay. They haven't been playing well at the end of the season.
Not the way the Bills have.
Okay,
the Bills have been doing this for over a month and a half now.
Come on, Jake, give it to me.
I think they're going to finish it off.
Let's go.
34-21.
Here we go.
And they show Patrick Mahomes that you ain't crap. And you are going to be sitting at home come the AFC Championship game.
You hate Mahomes more than you hate Omar.
You know what? I'll tell you this, Flo. If Mahomes wins it, you might as well crown Baltimore to go to the Super Bowl.
Omar was right then, huh? Omar's
right. No, I'm telling you right now. If Mahomes wins this game, you better give Baltimore their ticket to the Super Bowl already. Because this is the only team that can beat Baltimore in the AFC is the Bills. There's the only team.
Wow. Okay.
So if Patrick Mahomes somehow wins this game,
so if the Bills win, you're already picking them to beat the
Rams. Super Bowl.
Okay.
Clubber D agrees with you, Flo. He says KC by 9. And
Clubber D is a drunk.
And Jake said,
drunk when he disagrees with you, though.
Yeah, Papa Jake. We had a bet. Your son made me say the Bills suck, but it was only because we had a bet. In my mind, I was still thinking the Bills were good. And here we go. Bills are still on track for the Super Bowl.
By the way, your Super Bowl pick's looking pretty good with that side. I mean, the other side,
I lost my other half, but that's okay. That's all right. No, that's all right. I agree with Jake. I think that the Bills are too much for the Chiefs.
It's your pick.
Well, it is my pick, so I have no choice.
Right.
And yes, I do hate the Chiefs as much as Jake does. But
there you go.
I also believe that no matter what they showed us in the cold against the Dolphins team that was literally too cold to play a game and too cold to win, the Chiefs are they're a malfeasance this year. They're in disarray. They're disorganized.
Bills.
Patrick Mahomes is about their only saving grace. Yeah, the Bills are inconsistent, but look at the Chiefs.
Even in their wins, Josh has been like this.
That's fine. I get it, okay. Man. I get it. But right now, as Jake said,
they've been winning.
We've seen them win 6 in a row. And Allen, that's fine. But you know what? If Allen can run 40 yards down the field like he did yesterday in the icy cold, he scored a touchdown too. I got the Bills 34.
That defense is playing good. The best they've ever played for the Chiefs.
I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Hold on. What's the weather going to Does anybody know what the weather's going to be like on this game?
Well, I already told you, bro.
Like canteen?
Bro.
Oh, 20 degrees.
Man,
right?
listen.
20 degrees. Okay.
And then, like I said, man, the lake effect snow is supposed to get even worse this weekend. They put out a travel ban on the other game, and there may be a travel ban this weekend. So as you saw the game yesterday, they had people coming in shoveling the snow, and people were sitting on snow yesterday in the stadium. It's cold as hell.
Yeah, I saw them shoveling. Now we're talking about two.
But I mean, they're both outdoor teams, bro. So it don't matter.
Yeah, we're talking about two cold weather teams, right? But and it's a late game, so hopefully that won't. Hopefully, I don't care. But that shouldn't affect KC going to the East. Yeah, GB. Unfortunately, I did. Cowboys were my other half. I do agree. That was what happened there. So it happens sometimes. Bills are still there. KCD playing at a high level. Very true. Very true, Clubber D. They are. Mahomes is on a John Jones level. Can't bet against him. I would never bet against Mahomes.
No, stop. We got to stop putting him up there with the damn Brady. No,
but you can't. He's the best quarterback in the league by far, right? I mean, I do too, but I'm just saying. I would love to have him on my team. I know that much.
And Mahomes.
No, I just think that I think you need to give a lot more credit.
Didn't you pick against him last year, all year, against the Chiefs? You picked against them all year, and they made the Super Bowl and won.
They're not winning it this year. I'll tell you that.
Saying.
All right,
I like when you
pick
against them. I like when you pick against them.
All right, gentlemen. Let's get
off
of this.
Cowboys too.
Let's talk some other sports as well, y'all. I want to get some opinions on some other things before Flo gets out of here. Wow. Papa Jake said he's better than Brady. Woo, that is shots fired.
He is better.
Ooh,
No,
I'll
he's
take it
better.
because
And I'll have
I'll
to
take it
call
because
my
I
dad
don't like
later on
Brady.
that
So.
All I know is Brady saw him in the Super Bowl and beat him head to head.
What?
Did-
The Super
did-
Bowl.
Brady saw Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl and beat him head to head.
That's a good
Man,
point.
Mahomes
That's a
didn't
good
have
point.
an offensive
All
line.
I know is we talk about LeBron and
He
Jordan.
was
We
running
wish we could ever
500.
see them play
He was
against
running.
each other. We actually
He
saw
was
that game
running
and saw
for
who
his
got blown
life.
out.
He scrambled for 500 yards in that game. Why? Because he was running for his life. Come on.
And lost.
And the receivers dropped passes that hit him in
And
the
lost.
face mask, hit him in the hands. Come on.
All I know is he lost.
Hey, GB, thank you for the shocking
You
news.
can't
The
throw and
Pistons-
catch, Jake.
The Pistons won a game, y'all. I'm sure Detroit Mel is pretty happy. The Pistons have
Another
won
one?
a game.
What are
How
they,
many
2
is
and
that on the season? 2?
what are they 2-40? Jeez.
Wow, that is a train wreck that needs to be seen. The Pistons are bad. Speaking of, before we move into the NBA, let's talk about this Peacock game because we did have some opinions beforehand on what we thought, all of us, on how the Peacock was going to affect the game. Well, it turns out, gentlemen, that the Peacock drew 23 million viewers, becoming the most streamed NFL game ever. Now, that doesn't really mean anything because the competition is Thursday night on Amazon. But still, we did not expect people to pony up the $6
I did.
for their subscription. People said that they were going to do the free trial, all these different things. 23 million people. What do we think about this? We'll start with you, Canteen, because you've been going last, and then we'll go Jake and Flo.
Hey, let me go second so I can go.
Okay. Go ahead, Flo. Go first then.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
Let Flo go
hey,
first.
man.
Ken.
So for me, man, the whole Peacock thing, I got it. I paid for the Peacock. I got it. It's not a big deal, man. It is what it is, man. I mean, you want to watch the games. It's just like Amazon Prime. It's all a way for the NFL to make money, and then they bring Taylor Swift and all this other crap. They could have put it on ABC, CBS, but it's a way to generate more revenue, bro. That's it. That's all it is,
I think-
man.
But
Hey.
23 million, that's a lot, though. Go ahead, Flo.
It is. I think this is a test case for pay-per-view Super Bowls in the future.
It is.
This is a test case for
Oh.
pay-per-view Super Bowls in the future. Mark, you heard it here first, as Jake likes to say. This
heard
is
it
a
here
test
first.
case for that. They're going to continue to do games like these and continue to test them. And in some point in the near future, next year, a couple of years from now, there will be pay-per-view Super Bowl in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where they're going with this. This is a test case.
I can definitely see that. I agree with you there. And it's crazy
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
I mean, what did I say? I said that was the perfect game to do it on, too, right? Because all the Swifties. Imagine how much money the NFL made off of those. Jake, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't know as far as to take it as it be a pay-per-view. I just think that we're now leaving, and we've already been leaving for a decade now, and it's been, slowly switching. We're leaving the traditional cable era. We're now into the streaming era. We see that WWE has it already assigned with Peacock. I think the NFL is eventually going to start making their money from these streamers. Amazon, I wouldn't be surprised if we have games. I think they're already talking to Netflix having games live.
Hey, just shout out, Bottom Line Sports will stream the Super Bowl and give them a good deal. We will stream the Super Bowl for
Yeah.
and cut the NFL
Yeah.
a great deal.
Hey, NFL,
Best
send
deal
the
out there.
bottom line to the Super Bowl. We'll do a live show from there. We'll stream it, and we'll cut you the
stream it.
profits.
We'll cut them a good deal.
Speaking
Great
of,
deal, absolutely.
AT&T, Clubber D says, you don't have Amazon, but you got Peacock? You ain't got no Prime Video, but
No,
you
I
really got
have
the Peacock.
Amazon. No, I have Amazon.
I don't have Amazon.
You told us you didn't have it.
No, I have Amazon
told
Prime.
us-
That's how I watch the Thursday night game.
But he doesn't order
I
from
have
Amazon.
Amazon
is what he
Prime.
said.
Oh, he doesn't
That
order
was his
from
thing.
Amazon.
He doesn't order Amazon
I
Prime.
don't buy
Nor
all the
do
I
I.
don't buy all the garbage and stuff. Yeah, I just pay the little. Yeah, I don't mess with that.
He just
crap, man.
uses the video. He just
I
wants
know
buy,
why I
like,
paid
all
for
the
that
books and
Sunday
all the
ticket,
kids'
how
gadgets.
expensive that was.
just football only, man.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Tell my dad that these guys are already running around saying Mahomes is better than
Come
Brady.
on.
My gosh.
I mean,
way
well,
better than
well,
Brady.
first of all, Brady's not better than Montana, so it really doesn't matter if we're talking
Oh,
about
Yeah,
Stop.
I'll take
greatest
Montana.
quarterbacks of all time.
I'll
You
take
I mean,
are
Montana
dumb,
had
Brady
5
too.
Super Bowls and was a much better quarterback.
He
if
won
we're gonna
4
mention
of
that.
them, first off.
Hey,
well, he's still a much better
Brady's
quarterback.
first 3 Super Bowls, I think he scored 2 touchdowns.
Absolutely.
So
He also had
Belichick
the
won
greatest
those
wide
Super
receiver
Bowls.
of all time.
Montana was
Brady
double
never
the
had that.
quarterback Brady ever
Who
was.
did Brady
Let's
have
be
as his
quiet,
receivers? He never had
And
He
if it
had
wasn't
Randy
for that-
Moss, Julian
it wasn't for
Edelman,
that-
He didn't win a
What
Super
was
Bowl
it?
with
Wes
Moss. He
Welker.
didn't need
That
Moss
Raiders
to win
game,
one.
that Raiders, you know the Raiders game, Omar.
No, yeah,
The
thanks.
tuck rule.
Yeah,
They
thanks,
should have
yeah.
lost. They should have not been to that Super Bowl.
Y'all better
they-
stop hating on Brady.
That was
man.
a fumble.
Stop hating
That-
on Brady.
It was a
I used to
fumble.
That was
hate
a
him, too.
fumble.
Damn
They
it!
would've never made
The
that
bane
Super
of my
Bowl.
existence. It was a fumble. Fumble.
Yep.
It wasn't a tuck rule, NFL.
And then
25
there was
years
another one,
later,
Omar,
it was
on a different
fumble.
year, Omar, the Chargers were winning the game, and Tom Brady threw a pick, and the guy tries to run it back, and
However,
they
he is
fumble it back
almost
to the
there.
Patriots. They
That's-
would have
that's
lost that
blasphemy.
game
Guys,
too.
do
Cover
rings
D.
not matter? Does winning not
They
matter?
would have lost that
What are we
game too.
doing
That
here?
was luck. Those were 2 lucky plays that got them.
This is
the
crazy
next
that y'all
round.
saying this, man.
Plus,
He
they had the
didn't need to
worst
win with
division in
Moss.
football.
Man has 7 rings.
For a decade. They had the worst division in football for a decade.
Oh, stop this.
For real, they did. Miami, the Jets, the Bills, they were been terrible for
You had to face,
decades
you had to face Manning
when
every
he was
year.
there.
You had to face Manning in the playoffs every year.
Yeah, but he had home field advantage almost every year.
That's fun. He had to go against Baltimore, too. Had to go against that vaunted Ravens defense at times.
And they beat, well, the
Where'd Omar
first
go?
3
He
Super
gone?
Bowls, I don't know. The first 3 Super Bowls were the defense. There he is.
And Peacock. I had to go away for a second because every time it frees up, I turn the camera off real quick because it helps. Peacock has no commercial package, says Carlos. Yeah, it's true. And also, you know what? You get free WWF wrestling if you like wrestling.
Hey, guys, I
with
got to go,
Peacock
man.
subscription.
All
All
right,
right, my
Flo.
brother. Hey,
We'll
be
see you,
safe,
brother.
man. Be safe
Peace
out
out.
there. We'll see you soon.
All right, man. God bless. We'll see you.
God bless.
See you, bro.
AGB, the media rights deal goes through 2032. So they still got 8 years, the NFL does, on this media deal. Now, you know they usually redo them early, so probably look around late 2020s for them to start redoing all those packages. All right, word. Speaking of that many views on Peacock, Michigan versus Washington drew 25 million viewers on ESPN for their national championship game, actually peaking at 28 million, according to ESPN. The most watched game since the 2020 LSU Clemson game of Joey Burrow fame. So, my friends, what do you think about 25 million viewers watching this past national championship game and that being one of the most viewed ever?
Man, for
Go
me,
ahead.
man,
You want to go first, Ken?
Yeah, man. I got to roll out after this, man. I got to hop on something else.
Okay.
Man, for me, the Natty was great, man. It was phenomenal. I wish it would have been better teams, but I think Washington, they just didn't step up to the occasion. But they didn't step up. I picked them to win, but it wasn't no surprise that Michigan did what they did, man. But I think it's shocking to me that it had as many viewers as it had, because usually in the last 10, 12 years, it's always been an SEC team. And then there's always been an Alabama
Bingo.
or Georgia or one of those SEC teams. And then when you bring in these other 2 teams, it wasn't as hyped as it usually is. You know, that's what I got, fellas.
All
I
right.
got to roll, man.
All right, brother. Be safe,
Hey,
man.
y'all be good. Hey,
See
Sunday
you,
will be good.
Fancy.
We'll talk about Sunday, man.
Sunday.
All right, fellas.
Hey, everybody, we got a huge surprise this Sunday. Canteen
Yeah.
has secured the services of comedian King Bubba Dub Jr., so make
Yeah.
sure you join us Sunday, and you will get a chance to see him join the bottom line this Sunday. All right, Ken, we will
We'll
catch
talk
you a
before
little
then,
bit.
Omar. All right, man.
All right,
Later,
we're
man.
going to finish this off. All right, brother.
All right, bro. All right.
All right, I just want to go through a few other topics here real quick, Jake, if you got some
You're
time.
good.
Okay, cool. Alabama hired Washington's Kalen DeBoer to replace Nick Saban. What are your thoughts on this?
Let me tell you something. I don't think, if they're looking at a future, he's a bright spot. In the end, though, it's a different era. Nick Saban left, and I love was it Reggie Bush that said it?
Mm-hmm.
Now that they even the odds, Nick Saban left. I believe that wholeheartedly. Now that the NIL is here, now he can't just have all the best players. Now you can take away from him, and he's now seeing that. Not only that, you have this 12-team playoff race, and I think that goes into that topic about the most streaming, the most viewers, because low key, guys, college football is the second most watched sports there is. I say it's better than NBA right now, and I think it's only going to get better. I think because of that, because of what college sports college football specifically is doing with this 12-team playoff race, I think we're going to get a lot more. I would not be surprised here soon, guys, that we're going to start liking that one. And I'll tell you this, if you want to buy a stock right now, you go to that UFL. I'm telling you right now, I think the UFL is finally going to succeed. They finally put their eggs in the – yes. I'm telling you, man, put them eggs in the basket, bro.
Why? Because they combined with the UFL and the XFL?
I think it was smart to do that. I think there's no need to have competition for – you're not going to –
football.
And they've already accepted that. They'll never be as big as the NFL. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But if you really looked at it, the kicker from the Cowboys, didn't he come from there? I know this. They're one of their wide receivers, Turpin, he was the best player the first year of that USFL. And he's now a kickoff returner and a wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. These players come out. I'm telling you right now, guys, get on the load. I think as we slowly start transitioning out, there's nothing to – I hate that the NBA needs to shorten that season up. I hate that the MLB hasn't shortened theirs up. You need to do that. And if you don't, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt real bad because we got nothing to watch for a little while there. I mean, the draft only comes around in April, and then free agency don't start till March. So I think in the end, that's what we need.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think that, I think everybody thinks that these, and for me personally, I don't care because I'm a sports fan and I'll watch as many games as possible. But the majority of people would agree with you that a lot of these seasons could be shortened by at least 10 games or so to make it a lot more exciting. And that might be true. Hey, GB, I don't know if that's US or not. I don't have, I mean, I would say probably so. College football is me. That's tough. College football versus NBA. I don't know what's more popular. I would venture to say college football, maybe.
Yeah, I'm talking about U.S. I'm talking about the U.S. The whole viewers inside the U.S. is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And I think college football gives you more. What it is it gives you more urgency. That's what you need. You need more
because
urgency.
You're professional.
Who the hell gives a shit if you're losing in February in the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
All right. Well, then speaking of NCAA, we are going to need to start talking some college basketball soon, but we have not started talking that yet. But I did just want to review, the top teams that are out there right now. Purdue obviously is the top team in the nation. They have Zach Edey, the reigning national champion, national player of the year, will probably be the two-time national player of the year. The only other players to do that were Ralph Sampson at Houston and Bill Walton at UCLA. So that would be a huge accomplishment for him. Houston is also a number one seed right now, Arizona and UConn. What are your thoughts early on in the college basketball season?
I think right now you really need to watch out for Purdue. Like you said, they got the best, I think, overall team. I will say this, though.
Yep.
Do not sleep on, what is it? Is it Ole Miss?
Ole Miss,
I'm telling you right now, Ole Miss looks – and I love their head coach. I hate that we lost him. We lost him. Texas lost him last year. So we're now having to see him – do wonders right now. So I think that he is doing magnificent. He's a great coach. I'm telling you guys, do not sleep on Ole Miss. That is the sleeper team this season. You watch what I'm saying.
Who are you talking about? Who was your coach? Shaka Smart?
Chris Beard. The Longhorns.
Got it. Yeah. My bad. Okay, I was thinking something else. I'm thinking way back in the day when y'all had Shaka, but that was years ago, wasn't it?
Heck yeah. I was like 7.
Yeah, wow. Damn, I'm way off. All right, yeah, so keep your eye out on that. We will talk much more college basketball. Obviously, today we just wanted to touch on that a little bit. But, yeah, Purdue and Houston, Arizona, those are your top teams. But definitely watch out for Ole Miss and a few other good teams out there, obviously in the Big 12, Baylor, and some other good ones. So be on the lookout there. UConn is always a perennial team there as well. So going into, I know we talked earlier as we welcome Clubber D. I'm not even going to put your music on. I'm just going to welcome you in,
Don't
brother.
need that stuff.
Clubber D, the Combat G, welcome in. Let's go on and move to some NBA. So first of all, Victor Wembanyama is going to participate in the Skills Challenge. This is your account, Hot Take Jake. Obviously, he's going to win, right? Because he's bigger than everybody else. Pause.
Absolutely, and I think
that?
I would love him to be in the 3-point contest because do you see what he's doing right now? Looking pretty damn good shooting anywhere.
I love watching. I'm not gonna lie. I like watching him play.
What this guy's gonna become. Get ready. Wembanyama is about to be the first player to win the dunk contest and the 3-point contest in the same year. Get ready.
Okay.
It's hard for tall guys like that to win the dunk contest, and he's so tall, and his length. I mean, he's better than what I thought he'd be. He's developing. He's still kind of goofy with his body, but I guess we'll figure it out when he gets older. How old is he? He's still a teenager, right?
Yeah, he's still like 19, I think.
Yeah. Why are both of y'all black? What's going on? But yeah, I mean, Wembanyama, I don't know, he's going to win a dunk contest. I mean, he has to do something special, like dunk from the half court line,
3-point line, something like that. Yeah.
I want to see from half court. Be like the youngin from Monster, Space Jam. Stretch that bad boy all the way out. I think it was Sean Bailey looking dude or something like that. So, yeah, I do not see him winning a dunk contest. But then again, when's the last time people have been sized for a dunk contest? I mean, Mac McClung came out of nowhere, last year or the year before, but no one really talks about that anymore. It's not like how it used to be back in my day.
Right. MLB team, GB, I don't want to disappoint you, so I'm not going to tell you to take my Mets or the White Sox for Clubber D. I would tell you to take the Yankees like Hot Take Jake, but that's very, very bandwagonish.
That's easy to do.
So I don't know. Maybe the Dodgers are going to be very bandwagony also. I don't know. I think you got a good pick in football. I think Arizona Cardinals will keep you interested there. Basketball, definitely don't go Pistons, don't go Wizards. GB, you never want any of those stocks. You can go with my Celtics or Clubber D's Suns.
No, the Suns are just they don't know if they want to. They don't know if they want to be terrible or if they want to be mediocre. I'm not sure what the Suns want to be, but they don't want to be healthy. I know that because every time they do get healthy, the big three, somebody gets hurt. So, yeah, I wouldn't pick the Nuggets. Nuggets. That's what you pick.
There you go, Nuggets. Hot Take Jake, do you have any a Major League Baseball team or NBA team to suggest for GB to follow?
Follow the Yankees, man.
Okay.
You see, we're making moves this year.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
We're making moves, guys. Hey,
easy to
not
like.
only that, look at them Spurs. He's already showing you what we're going to become soon. I can't wait. And
With
always
who?
don't ever.
With who? Who else is on that team?
Yeah.
We got Wemby, man. That's all we need.
Okay, all right. Well, I want your opinion on this one, Hot Take Jake. So the other day, speaking of the NBA, a really good team, the Heat, Eric Spoelstra signed a new 8-year, $100 million contract. Very deserving. Makes him the one of the highest paid coaches. Obviously, Greg Popovich is the highest at $60 million. But the reason I really bring this up, gentlemen, is I want to get your opinion on this. The contract was structured
Smart.
I love this.
Was not signed until after his divorce was final, so his wife couldn't get her grubby hands on the money. What do we think about this? We'll go with the married man first, and then
well, hey, I hate to say it, I love my wife, but let me tell you something. If I'm making money after her, sorry, you're gonna have to sit without it. I hate to say it. Hey, hot take here. Sorry, girls. You have to make your own. Once you lose the man, you have to make your own.
Let's go.
I mean, it's kind of like what Drake said, throwing a shot at Kobe's wife when Kobe was alive, when he said you wasn't in the gym shooting. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I know you deal with him. You got those long nights with him, but some of these succubuses out here try to take the man's money who don't do nothing, while they do all the hard work of getting all that money. So, yeah, I don't know their situation. I know their structure, but smart on him to sign after. And kudos, that is a fine organization to realize they have a great coach and they need to do anything for him to make sure he secures the bag. As the
I
kids say.
mean, that is a prime example of an organization taking care of their coach, of their person. Pat
Hey
Riley
man, women
was,
already trying to take everything with that. What is that spousal crap now? They made
Yep.
that new one up. There used to be it was just child support. Now
Spousal
it's
support.
Support.
wait, there's
Yeah.
something as
What the
spousal
blue
support?
hell is that,
Oh
man?
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You gotta pay for
Wait,
your
so
wife now
after we
because
get divorced, I have to pay you because we were married to each other?
yes, it's
Depending on
called.
what
hell
state
no.
you're in,
said it
you
to
won't
me
even see your
several
kids. A lot
times.
of stuff.
Oh, hell
Spousal
no.
support.
Oh,
What
yeah,
kind
hell
of
no.
bullshit is
free.
that?
What on earth is happening?
Because they're used to a life of living. What?
Mm-hmm.
Let
And
me tell
then,
you something. If I get fired from my job and I end up having to make $7 an hour somewhere, can I ask them for the same amount of money I'm used to making? No.
Right. Tell me about
Does
that.
that make any
right.
sense?
No, no,
Man,
right.
let's call
Exactly.
a spade, man.
man, child support is like the fear of all fears. Like to get your check and see that like $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 are taken out of that. Oh no, I'll just buy another dog. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right with
Right.
Good
Right.
grief.
Wow. Wow.
stories I've heard, stuff I've seen. Jesus, the good dudes too, but is what it is.
Well, let's touch on a couple last NBA topics before we get out of here. Power rankings were released. Oklahoma City Thunder topping the power rankings with a 27-11 record. They are number 4 in offensive rating and number 3 in defensive rating. And as I always like to point out, a really good NBA stat to know is that the NBA champion always ranks in the top 10 of ratings offensively and defensively,
Gotta be
both.
balanced.
So you want to be looking at that. Celtics come in at number 2 after losing to the Thunder last week. They beat us, and it was a really good game. They're at 30-9, number 3 in offensive rating, number 4 in defensive rating. So a little switch up there from the Thunder. You got the Nuggets, the aforementioned Nuggets, is 3, 28-13, a 7th in offensive rating, 9th in defensive rating. And then following them up at 4 and 5 is the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are playing amazing basketball after being shit on all of last year and all of the offseason and all of that. Their offensive rating isn't great, 20th, but they're the best defensive team in the league at number 1. And then at number 5, you have the LA Clippers playing, again, another team that everybody thought was going to be horrible, especially with that trade that happened. But we said, let it play out. We said on this program, let it play out. Let's see what happens. And they have gelled and are playing well. Number 6 offensive team in the league. Number 13 defense. What do y'all think about this? We'll go Clubber D first and then hot take.
I like what the Thunder's doing. I just don't like the fact that did Homeboy ever get off that case? They still investigating.
Are you talking about Giddey? Yeah, he's still investigating.
Okay, so the fact that he still plays, right?
Yeah, he still plays.
I saw him play last night against the Lakers, so I kind of keep that team out of my viewing point. It's just not. I can't get down with that. So
now,
Shai
Gilgeous-Alexander though is an MVP candidate.
Oh, he's a beast. And the Lakers are probably still mad they got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? That dude is just nasty right now. But yeah, I like what the Timberwolves are doing. I wish my pitiful team would see what these teams are doing and play at another high level, but they're down by like 10 points against the Kings right now.
Really?
Yeah, they're not looking good. They're not looking. Who's not?
Well,
the Celtics still number 1, right?
No, Celtics are number 2. Thunder are number 1.
Thunder. Okay, yeah. I hope the Celtics go all the way. Okay, I like what Tatum did. I love that light skin aggression. He finally grew up here and yelled at the ref the other day. So I like to see that fire. You know what I'm saying? Let's see that trend. Oh, if he stopped carrying the ball, okay, when are they going to start calling that? He carries the ball every two dribbles. I'm sick of this.
He does.
I'm about to call
all
Donnie.
of them do now.
I'm about to call somebody about this. It's ridiculous.
Jake, what are your thoughts on the power rankings?
Guys, it's January. You think I'm worried? The Lakers were last place at one point in January.
And they still
Do you
are.
really? That's fine. They're serious. They don't play, guys. There's no worry indeed inside at all.
You're under 500.
That's fine. They were fighting over 500, under 500 last year too, Omar.
That's a good
they
point.
Made the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
Remember that. Be real right here, guys. Do you really think you're gonna trust Chet Holmgren against LeBron James in a playoff game? Somebody with
point.
experience?
He's a low budget Wemby.
He is
Come
a low
on,
budget
man.
Wemby, though.
No, he's not. Don't even compare him to Wemby. He can't even hold Wemby's shoes, bro.
Wait,
We're the
so you
same
think
size, probably.
Right, exactly. Do you think Wembanyama is going to take the Rookie of the Year then? Because I think Holmgren's your Rookie of the Year.
No, but the only reason is because we're not playing Wemby every time. We're keeping him under minutes restriction.
Does Chet count? Can he get Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, because he got injured.
For some reason, the NBA does that if you get injured.
What do you mean? Crazy. He didn't even play any games. He got injured in summer league. Of course.
You're still wearing a rookie anymore. You got hurt your rookie season.
Get out of here.
You don't get Rookie of the Year.
Give him
Stop
a
that.
His whole all
might
right,
as well
fine.
do Sophomore of the Year. My goodness.
Yeah.
All right, so who's your MVP favorite right now? You got Tatum, Clever D?
Yeah, I got Tatum. I haven't looked at the numbers. I don't know Jokic's numbers or Embiid's numbers right now. But either be like Tatum, Embiid, or Jokic.
I'll go Embiid. I'll go Embiid. I think he'll do it again, but I think that's all the 76ers are playing for is for his numbers to get skyrocket like that. Don't worry, though, because in the end, MVP really doesn't matter, and I don't know why we're taking James Harden and the Clippers serious. We all know how that train ends.
I want to write him off,
they've
but
been playing very well.
He's turned the corner a little bit. I want to write him off.
Oh, the regular season, Omar. Hey, put all your money in the basket for that crap, bro. Watch you go broke.
No, because the one complaint we have about the Clippers every year is that they can't stay healthy and that they can never get it done because they don't ever make it healthy to the playoffs. Right now, they are all healthy and they're all playing it.
Either.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll see.
He plays like crap.
You're right. He did with Embiid. I give that to you. Clever D, what do you think?
With the motivated Harden, yes, but like I say, he's showing up right now. But the second you start believing him, he always does something to mess it up. So I'm not gonna fall in that same trap again.
Absolutely, it's like watching a bad movie every time. Don't
I gotta hold off on that.
Get good.
Like Jake said, it's January, so it's still kind of early. Wait,
it's like watching what the hell is that movie called? The one with Liam Neeson, Taken. After the third time, you kind of knew that he was a bad father.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Couldn't take care of his kids. They kept getting stolen.
I
will give you the stat to kind of back up what y'all said, but kind of go away from that as well. So the Clippers have jumped from 12th place when they didn't have Harden to 4th now, but they are only 1-4 against the 3 teams in front of them. So that's obviously not
that great. Tells you a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm. Similar to that, they can beat the sorry teams, but not good against the good teams.
Right. All right. Well, any other thoughts on the NBA or anything else, my brothers?
I got one last thing. I want to jump in so bad about Mahomes over Brady. Okay.
Okay. Let's do
Stupidity.
Brady's obviously number one.
Brady's
obviously number one. Okay, but Mahomes.
How do you say he's close?
He's trending in that direction. He's trending in that direction. I'm not saying he's there, but he's trending in that direction. And I don't see. You can't use excuses like, "Oh, he was running for his life in the Super Bowl. He was good enough to make the Super Bowl." Shut up with that, okay? Like you cannot make excuses when it benefits that person all the time. Okay, it's not. Look, oh God, if Mahomes has a great pocket, you say, "Oh, Mahomes isn't that good." It was the left tackle. No, he's that good. So don't do that, people. But Mahomes, he's not there, but he's getting there. You know what I'm saying? So. And it's not Brady's fault that the division stunk. He doesn't control the other GMs, other coaches. He dominated that division. It's not his fault, So I got Brady as number one, but if 5 years, Mahomes could take over that 5-6 years.
So as a 49ers fan, you have.
I don't like Mahomes either. I hate him.
No, but you have as a 49ers fan, for quarterback, you have Brady over Montana. Not winner, quarterback. I'm not talking winner. I'm not talking who won.
No, I don't,
titles.
because the thing about it is in those Super Bowls, it wasn't the defense. It was Montana. Brady has 3 Super Bowls that the defense he didn't really.
Yep.
He was great. He was a good game manager, but still, that's a lot to do that in a big game.
No, you're right.
A lot of quarterbacks can't do that. So being a game manager in that position, yes, I give him credit, but. Okay, look at the catch against the when we blew out the Bengals, but the last minute catch to John Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you put a team on your back, that separates you from a decent quarterback, a good quarterback, to a great quarterback. So I'll take Montana.
What?
I'll take him.
Like, man.
Montana did okay, man.
Okay,
I don't think he was better than he. I don't even think that he was the best of his era, man. I hate to say it.
Who was better?
There's a guy up there in Denver that did a lot more with a lot less. If you really think about it, I don't know if you were.
Did they play each other in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
okay.
I could name half the players on San Francisco, and I'm a Broncos fan. I can't name anybody on that Broncos.
He played Marino also in his third year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he would have to have with these greats. But okay, to say your point though, so he can't win without Terrell Davis and Shannon Sharp.
I think the Super Bowls he made by himself means more than the ones he actually won with those two guys, with Terrell Davis and Shannon Sharp. I mean, really think about it. Could you name anybody on that roster? I sure can.
The Broncos back then?
In the 80s?
Shoosh.
I can't name anybody. Can you?
So y'all take this situation up. GB says, what if Mahomes and Brady swapped?
Then Brady would be winning more Brady would have won.
Like, cut himself out.
He cut himself
out. God,
he cut himself out.
Yeah,
so mad.
You give Brady, because you're looking at, okay, you talk about Brady with Gronk, you got Brady with Kelsey, so that's a win-win on both sides.
Wash, right?
It's a wash. Brady has had a Tyreek Hill one-time type, and that's Randy Moss, and he didn't win with Randy Moss.
Nope.
Okay. Mahomes won with can Mahomes win with Troy Brown? You know, I think
it's a very close situation.
It's a close situation. I think I'll give the edge to Brady. I would give it to Brady because he's done more with less. He's done more with less.
I agree with that. I agree with that completely. Okay,
he's done more with less.
I agree. All right, Jake, you cut yourself off while you were speaking, so go ahead. That was great. You're on mute now? I can't hear you.
Go ahead, Jake.
Here we go.
Well, it's that blasphemy Wi-Fi. Boy, I tell you,
the blasphemy Wi-Fi.
It'll be coming up out of nowhere.
What's going on, Jake? We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you. All right. Anyways, while he messes with his Wi-Fi, what is that? What is that?
Oh, nice. He's trying to get the Wi-Fi code.
Oh, geez Louise. All right. He's out. It doesn't matter.
I'm trying to compare the two. Okay. Like if you give Mahomes, Kelsey, not Kelsey, but Gronk, Hernandez, and that off with Edelman, you give Mahomes that. He's 110%.
110%.
He's gonna win. Okay. You give Brady, Kelsey, and Tyreek Hill, he's gonna win. So I can see that. But
I couldn't see Brady winning with Kansas City's old defense though, like Mahomes did. Like without a defense. You know what I mean?
Oh, like you mean Mahomes winning with Brady's old defense?
No, like Brady winning with Mahomes, because the Chiefs' defense wasn't always good when Mahomes has been there. At his first, it wasn't as good. It just started getting good the last few years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were
Brady with that defense. I don't know that he can do it.
They weren't bad, but they were just good enough. Yeah, that's true. But that high powered offense, and that's kind of different. Two different style of offenses too. Two different type of quarterbacks. Like Mahomes, he's like a Stafford type. He can throw a sidearm. He can do all that stuff. Brady doesn't really do that. Brady likes to chuck it or do the check down game with like Edelman and everybody. So. That's kind of a wash if you look at some of the rosters, some of the better rosters.
I agree.
To be honest with you.
But so GB also. Oh, go ahead.
Finish. No, I was just saying. I just don't think that's. Come on, why is the name of the question? Come on, GB. I just don't. I don't think that Mahomes could have won the first three. Maybe.
Okay.
No. We probably could have. I don't know. That's pretty tough. That's a hard one. I recant that. That's
my bad.
All right, he's back.
Bill over Reed, though.
My bad.
I'm
using my daughters now. Golly.
Okay. Jeez Louise.
My damn iPad died. As I was saying, though, come on, guys. Let's be real. Let's be factual, Clubber D. You kind of had a bunch of, a great team around you the whole time with Montana. That's why Steve Young won one right after. It'd be different if Steve Young never won that one. You know what I mean?
I mean, you got to understand those few years that Steve Young won, though, they benched Montana the year before, and Young took over. So
they saw something in Montana that he couldn't do. He was getting his ass whooped by NFC East teams.
He was getting hurt, so it's, and then the same year is that one year we had Steve Bono in there for a whole bunch of games too. So for them, it was that Bill Walsh's West Coast system, because when George Seifert took over, that was a defensive coach.
This would be a good topic with everybody in, because I'd love to hear Flo and Canteen on this, because I think they'd reason here on this.
I don't know if they were. Never mind. Flo getting his feelings. He'd be like, "Oh no, the Niners are always trash." That guy is.
Hey, before we go, Omar, I know we're about to leave.
No, you're good.
Because Clubber D said that Mahomes is close, which is stupid to me.
How?
What would Clubber D, what would Mahomes have to do to pass Tom Brady, in your opinion, then?
It's a good question.
To me, okay, say Mahomes wins this year. Say Mahomes in the year that they thought they weren't going to win. So that's 2 years back to back where, you lose Tyreek Hill and you still win. Okay, that's one right there.
And that would be what, 3 championships, right?
That's 3 championships out of 4 tries. Okay,
I think Tom Brady did that his first year go round.
He did.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm not knocking that, but if Mahomes finishes his career with 5 to 6 Super Bowls, he's there. You know what I'm saying? He's there.
Yeah, I think even if he just gets to 5, he's just much better quarterback than Brady. Just like I think Montana.
How the hell is he a much better? What the hell?
Brady is not a great when it comes to actual quarterbacking skills, actual playing the quarterback position. Brady was a good game manager. Brady was a good team manager. Brady was even a good quarterback. Brady was even a great leader, a great winner.
Hold on.
But if you want to put him against Montana or Manning,
they're now taking away
exactly.
The GOAT. That's beyond stupid, man.
I'm taking it away.
I'll say this: Brady, when it comes to smarts, being a quarterback, he's high level. He has probably the best pocket presence out of all quarterbacks. Okay, the difference between the two. Hold on, Jake. The difference between the two: if that pocket breaks down, Mahomes can skedaddle. Brady ain't going nowhere. It's kind of like my argument against Shaq versus Hakeem. If I were to build a team, I had one center. It'd be Hakeem 10 days out of the week. 7 days out of the week. I would not go with Shaq first, because if it's crunch time, I know.
What the hell is this?
Because
Cooper's just saying random shit.
Hold on, Jake. Hold on, Jake. The game's on the line.
Because could shoot a 15-foot jumper.
Game's on the line. Is there a hack of Shaq or a hack of Hakeem? Is my dominant force in the game where he's on the bench because he can't make a free throw?
Completely right. He's completely.
Oh my God! No, let me tell you something, man.
You know what happened when they
the
played
most
against each other.
dominant Shaq that I saw. I
Couldn't make a
take
free
that
throw.
dominant Shaq. Clubber D.
What happened when he played
Stop it.
Hakeem?
Huh?
What happened when they played head-to-head?
He destroyed him whenever. Remember, he wasn't in his prime yet.
Oh,
he was not in his prime yet.
He was,
Clubber
still,
D.
he was breaking backboards back
Oh,
then. Yeah.
stop!
No, but in all fairness, Mahomes has more all-around athletic ability than he has more athletic ability than Brady. So I will give him the nod on that.
All I'm gonna say is this: I think we need to stop doubting. Look, and it's crazy. It's when they leave, or it's when they whenever he left the New England. I really got a whole lot of respect for Brady after that, because I saw what happened. It's the same thing with Kobe, and I never really cared for Kobe, but until he left, the respect of seeing him against the Spurs all those years, it's a lot of respect. Now I don't have Kobe all-time greatest, but it was a respect of, hey, I had to respect this guy for doing what he did. The same thing with Brady, but 10 times better than what Kobe did, because that man was, no matter what, if you won the championship in the AFC or won a Super Bowl and you were in the AFC, you knew you had to go through him to get there.
Yeah, 100% correct.
I don't know if that's possible for Mahomes.
Well, you can't disagree
we'll
with that.
See if that
the last
stays
5
years, the last 4 or 5 years, you got to go through him. Only reason they didn't go to Super Bowl but prior is because D4 was offsides against Brady. So let's not act like he's not been dominant, been up there in the last 5-6 years. Mahomes has been that guy in the AFC. You got to go through Kansas City. You got to see them somehow.
Okay. Okay.
It hasn't been
I'm
proven
just saying,
wrong.
we're going to
Hasn't
stay
been
up with
proven
this
wrong.
topic as our show goes on, and I know that. But I really want to see if Mahomes don't win another Super Bowl in, 5-6 years, are we going to finally start dying that down?
You could. Yeah, I agree with that. But right now, at this point, where we are,
He's on
you
track.
cannot deny it.
He's on
You
track.
can't deny it. Can't deny it.
I don't see Andy Reid staying more than 3 years. I'm going to say that as well. I'd love to see him with a new head coach.
Me too.
I mean, as long as he's winning, he's going to be there, I think. So.
That's a
Shut up, man. Shut up, Omar.
No, I hate it too. I don't want them to win. I'm just saying. I mean, why would you leave if your team is winning Super Bowls? I wouldn't.
Well, he's in his 70s, man. Let the guy live with a good.
Michael Parsons got to get sacks before he become a QB, so you might as well just jump over to QB.
I don't know. I don't know what you meant. I haven't listened to the pod today, GB, so I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta listen to that.
If he said that, he needs to work on his defensive leadership because his defense went to the toilet the last 8 games of that season. So, season.
Jordan Love looked good, but there was a lot of broken Dallas defensive plays that made the Packers look very good.
Yep.
Hey, we'll be on Sunday though. I can't wait. Who's the
will.
comedian that's showing up?
King Bubba Dub Jr., who's been on all types of awesome places, including the Laugh Factory, including like BET and all these other places. So, King Bubba Dub Jr. will be joining us Sunday night. We got his manager to let him come on for 15 minutes, so he'll be trashing his own Cowboys. He'll be He's a Lakers fan, Jake, so we're gonna get him to talk some crap about the Lakers.
Can't wait to
as well.
hear from him.
Lakers and Cowboys must be nice.
Front runners. Him and Jake, both the front runners. So go check out King Bubba Dub, and you will see him on Sunday on our show. Clubber D, you got a question here. Do you think the Jazz can keep this up? They are playing very well, high level right now.
I think so. I think anybody but the Suns can keep it up.
The Suns suck.
They're terrible. Terrible. But I'm not going to give up, though. I'm not going to give up on them.
I mean, they got a good enough team that they should blend
Yuck,
together.
yuck.
They spent too much money on these fools that they got no bench.
No bench.
Yeah,
it's not good.
No bench whatsoever. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Please go subscribe at The Bottom Line Sports. That's The Bottom Line Sports. Subscribe on YouTube. Join our Facebook group. You can also check us out on Spotify, Apple, all the podcasts. You can either check us out on The Bottom Line, or if you subscribe to Ball and Buds, I release them on our podcast as well. That being said, again, tune in Sunday. We'll be here at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, right after the games. Go subscribe at Ball and Buds.
By the way, we're on Spotify. Ours hasn't updated. We need to get ours to update. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Does Flo do the update on that?
Yeah, he does the
You might
update for
gotta ask
Bottom
him.
Line. I do the
The
one
last
for Ball and
episode
Buds.
we've had updated was 93. A lot of my friends were screaming at me. Saying,
Oh,
hey, man,
really?
I'm trying to
Okay.
listen to the pod.
Well, tell them to go to Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, or if they're looking on Spotify, they can just do BALL, the ampersand.
You got it on there?
Yep, I release them every day the day after, so I'll be releasing this tomorrow. So they can go check it out, Ball and Buds. If you cannot find it on the Bottom Line, I update them every day after we go off. So please check out Ball and Buds, subscribe for those new episodes. That being said, before we get out of here, a couple more questions. Is the Suns owned by the Broncos? Are they owned by the Waldens?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
either.
They say
I don't think so.
Ishby, whatever. Jokic
Oh,
pushing
that
their
Matt
past last year.
Ishaba.
Yeah,
Matt
something like
Ishaba.
that, yeah.
Okay. And then Papa Jake says, no one could have taken the Chiefs to the Super Bowl last year and win but Mahomes.
Oh, stop
Agreed.
it. No, shut up, man.
Agreed.
Now we're overdoing it, man.
We're having a month.
They lucked out. Hey, if it wasn't a blown call on pushing Mahomes when he was half out of bounds, half in bounds,
Shouldn't have pushed
would
him.
have won that game.
Shouldn't have pushed him.
Well, I mean, it looks like we're
Stop
gonna
it,
have
man.
a
Get out of here.
we're gonna have a Montoya family brawl going on later. Did Clubber D say? Wait, whoa. Hey, Papa Jake, you got a little thing for Clubber D, huh? Did my little Clubber D say that the Niners had a better team in every position?
Then who?
I guess that's when we were talking about the Niners and maybe the Patriots, when we were talking about Mahomes and Brady, or I mean Montana and Brady, I think, but I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean, Papa Jake. Sorry, brother.
I like that you do update it. I like that. Hell yeah. I just looked it up.
Hey, show that to the screen. That's
Hey,
at
Ball
Ball
and
and
Buds,
Buds.
Not only that, I'm gonna talk to Omar, but I mean not Omar. Well, you too, Omar. And Flo, man, we got to get ourselves a TikTok. Throw some stuff in there.
Who's gonna do the videos?
I'll try and do it, man.
You gonna dance?
Okay, hey, because that's a lot. I'm just letting you know. But if you want, I'll
You
help
gotta edit, right? Yeah, you just gotta edit it.
Yeah, I'll help you. I can help you edit. All right.
We gotta talk behind scenes on it, definitely.
Yeah, we'll stay on right now if you can. If not, but we'll stay on if you can. We'll go.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, Siakam wow. Pascal Siakam, breaking news, traded to the Indiana Pacers,
About
pairing
time.
him up with Tyrese Halliburton.
That dude's been into a trade for the last 3 years.
Woo! Thank you, GB, for breaking that.
Shout out to
news.
GB. That's the man right there.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So, and I think that's a good move, pairing him with Tyrese.
Hey,
Halliburton.
Sunday, man, we got a plan, man. Hey, don't worry. Sean Payton got a plan, guys. Bronco Nation, don't worry. Look at Clover D's face, man. Get out of here, Clover D. Sean Payton got a plan, fellas. Don't worry, guys. Where's my song? Put the song on, Omar.
I'm putting it on right now. Hold on.